What's up, y'all?
Hi, everybody.
Hey, Kevin.
I'm like, nobody saying that now. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Transcending the Culture. Listen, we are excited that you are here. This is what I like to see. I see the people coming in already as soon as we go live. So people are sitting and they're waiting and they're clamoring for us to come on. So welcome everybody to Transcending the Culture. I am one of your hosts, one third of your host, James. We got Cat Queen here and we got Tiff. Tiff, what's happening, ladies?
Hi, everybody. How everybody's doing? Merry belated Christmas and all that good
Right.
stuff.
Tiffany, she sound like she drunk or high or something. What's going on
Nah.
She done got into the
there?
eggnog, huh?
Whatever. Um, Listen, y'all, we got a really, really good show for you guys tonight. I am super excited. Actually, we have two guests, and I know y'all be tripping because we're supposed to stick to an hour, and we never stick to an hour. And now clearly we're not going to be over an hour because we got two guests coming in. But I think it's dope. Both of them are equally dope. But our first guest, who we will invite in probably within the next 5 to 10 minutes, Durell Peart. I have had the pleasure, the honor, like the distinct honor and pleasure of working with this guy. I'm gonna say for a decade, and I could be off a little bit. I mean, it could be a little bit less, maybe a little bit longer, but this industry, this entertainment industry and media, and now we're on the podcasting side, like this business is so crazy. And I mean, we won't even talk about like how fickle like the viewers and the fans and the listeners can be. But when it comes to working with people in this industry, like it's imperative that obviously you connect with the right people, but then it's also imperative that you do what you need to do to really maintain those relationships and really nurture them and help them grow. And Durell has been somebody who, like this man, they know me from hole in the wall. He has like been rocking with me. Like even in a time in a space where I felt like I wasn't doing nothing or like I wasn't doing what everybody else saw me doing or felt like I was doing. It's only been the last year or two that I have been able to like really focus in and see like, okay, this is what I'm doing. Like I really am doing some shit. Like we really getting some shit done. I mean, we've gotten a lot done just in the last 2 3 months that the three of us have been together doing this podcast. And I'm really grateful for people like him because it's not a lot of them in the industry. Like you cross a lot of people who will do you dirty. And like this guy has been rocking with me. We still ain't met face to face, and like it's like we family. Like I put in the post, like this dude is family, and like some of the people we've had on this podcast, he sent to me. So like he supports everything that I have going on. So like it was really imperative to bring him onto the show today, primarily because as he's always expanding his brand and really working on ways to really improve it and help independent artists as they're coming up. I've seen a lot of the things that he's been doing and a lot of the things that he's been posting, and it really resonates not only with that, but then with us and our trajectory and the stuff that we're trying to do and where we're trying to get to. Like it really resonates with what we're doing, and I think it resonates probably with a lot of our audience too. So I thought it was really good to bring him on, and then Cat Queen. Cat Queen sent us Donny Brooks, which is really going to turn out to be good because he's got a baseball project, a baseball program down in the Akron area. And as you guys know, we try to bring on a lot more people who are local and who are doing things within the community. And he's got a program, a baseball program that is in that, like it's helping, is really, really helping in the community and helping us, like our kids, and obviously keeping them out of trouble and giving them something to do, that's going to keep them moving and help them grow and keep them moving forward. And I just think it's dope. So like he reached out and was like, can he come on? So that's one of the cool things is that like since we've been doing this podcast together, a lot of people are like reaching out to us now, like, hey, can we come on? Can we come on? And they not just reaching out to me, like they hitting Cat up, they hitting Tiff up because Tiff brought us what's her Summer. Tiffany brought us Summer, and like a lot of people are really coming at us, which is proof that we really have something that's strong for the community and something. It's like we're accomplishing what we wanted to accomplish. So all that being said, y'all know I could talk all day. I could probably run this whole podcast and just leave y'all sitting here. So I'm gonna let y'all talk a little bit before we bring in Durell. And I'm gonna ask y'all how was Christmas because I didn't even get to talk to Cat. Like Cat be overseas. Like
I not be overseas. Christmas was great. Christmas was busy for me because I have a lot of room at my house. So my house is usually where everybody, when they come into town, they come to my house. So I have my nephew, I have my dad, I have my mom. And then my sisters, Carisha and Katia, are in town. They weren't staying with me, but they blew through and, ate up all the enchiladas.
Okay.
But yeah, I just, when you got guests over and you cooking for your guests and y'all watching movies and, we didn't put up my tree till like I think maybe Christmas Eve or the day before. So like we was just doing everything, baking cookies. So I literally did not have any time to be on social media. And y'all know me, I be knowing everything because I be on social media. So Christmas was busy, but it was fun. I got some good gifts. I ate some good food. So I'm a happy camper. What about y'all?
When I tell you all, go ahead, Tiff. Go ahead.
Well, I didn't have much of a Christmas. I had to work and I had to take care of my grandmother, so I didn't even, the family ritual is, Thanksgiving we go up to our cousin David Hodges' house for Thanksgiving, and then Christmas we go up to our cousin Sandy Hodges' house for Christmas every year. So this year, I have been so grateful to the point where, I told my mom, go ahead, and have some fun. You going up to your, she go to her best friend's house every year. That's what she did. So I actually picked up on Christmas. I wasn't supposed to work, but I picked up. So somebody was very upset. But KJ, oh my God, I can't believe you. I'm like, look, is you paying the bills? Is y'all got some damn good gifts this year. How freaking low.
They really did. When you told me what you
everybody got some good. When I sit here and tell you, but you know what? That's me.
But that's you, and you've always been that giving person. So I mean, it's you.
It's the fact of God brought Jesus on this earth. You know what I'm saying? And my thing is to keep it low key. I say you get 3 gifts. I don't care what the 3 gifts is. Because at the end of the day, it could be $500, $600, $700 gift. I'm gonna try to make it happen. I could see
one of these years I want a Tesla, so I'm gonna reach out to
listen, Nick, you almost made me call you. Listen, Ninja, I'll get me a Tesla before I get you. Nah, bro. Even my husband probably wouldn't even get a Tesla. I'll get him. Hello. Jesus, if we hit the hot lottery, short, you will be the first to get a Tesla. If I ain't married first, my husband get the Tesla, I get the Tesla. You gonna get that cat? You gonna get a Tesla? Hello, let me win $1 million first, and we'll talk about.
Okay, Oprah.
But okay. Yeah. Oh, I'm glad you said that. So with that being said, but like I said, my mom, she got a computer.
Okay.
She got a computer. She got a.
Hey, you on your phone, right?
Yes.
Turn it so it'll fill up.
I tried.
Are you on an iPhone?
She have her orientation off. I swear, like she have it
Are you
off.
on an iPhone?
No, I ain't got no iPhone. I ain't got no.
I'm sorry, you low budget. Never mind.
Boy, bye. I bet I don't be low budget.
Androids be having some good cameras.
Man, what?
But
no, She got a computer, a printer, and then today I got her a desk. So she didn't even expect all that because she wanted some golf clubs. I said, what the hell? I'm like, no, you're not getting no golf clubs. Right. So I did. I got her all that. And I mean, she almost knocked me down. She was, and then I got her a chain to go with her cross that she haven't been wearing in years. So she really
Yeah,
loved that. KJ, he just wanted the mediocre. I want some shoes. Homeboy started feeling himself once he got fully dressed. He was
yeah,
sitting in the mirror for like 10 minutes talking about,
yeah.
can I get some cologne? What?
That's Elijah. I told you he wanted so he wanted some Birkenstocks. I'm like, what the fuck is a Birkenstock?
What is
Ooh, I like
that?
I like
Listen,
Birkenstock.
listen. I'm like
Hit
the
me on that. What is that?
listen. I can't even explain it to you.
Comfortable white people
I'm like
shoes.
dad. They say like
How
dad
much
jeans.
are they?
They was $160.
You
They
had to laugh
comfortable.
at that.
They
Well,
comfortable.
actually, let me take that
It
back.
didn't say really.
I'm gonna take that back. His pair was 110, but they had some that the ones he really wanted was $160. So he wanted those, and then he wanted
Okay.
uh, polo pajamas, and then he
Okay.
wanted some, Boucheron cologne. That
What
stuff
the?
was. I was going to say something else. That cologne is $135. So I was like,
Oh,
ask Granny because I'm like, oh, she not gonna buy him no cologne. How
You
she called
see?
me like I want this cologne, and so she bought him this cologne, $135. I'm like, I'm
Wow.
ooh, wee.
like Christmas was really dope. Like, obviously we buy each other gifts and all that stuff, but it really wasn't about that. Like, we just had a good time. Like, we was at my mother's house. I don't really tell a whole lot. I don't tell a whole lot of people, but Fantasia, my cousin. So I was, on my mother's side. So I actually got to go and see The Color Purple, but that was actually the week before Christmas. So I saw The
Mm.
Color Purple, which was just like
How was
phenomenal
it?
to me.
Mine went
I,
and saw it too. I was supposed to see it and
phenomenal. But
couldn't.
then I've always been like big on The Color Purple. But I just
Hmm.
think that everybody they had in there like played their part to the T. Like down
Yeah.
like Danielle, what is it, Brooks? Danielle Brooks with
Hmm.
she played Sophia,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
like everybody really played their part.
Were you surprised when Sierra came on screen? I heard some mixed
Because
comments.
I haven't saw it.
I heard this is just from me hearing people say Sierra was in a movie and they said they was like, oh,
But
Sierra
it
in
was
the
only
movie.
but it was only at the end though. So it
Yeah,
was at the
so
very
but
end,
everybody said
and
they
I
was
mean,
like, because she didn't really say too much about being in the movie, so everybody was kind of like
yeah,
surprised when she did her little cameo.
yeah. I didn't know she was in it either until, of course, like when they ran the credits, like at the beginning of the movie, like her name was on there. So, I mean, I thought it was really, really good, and having the opportunity to see it, and then, I don't really get a chance to like go down and like kick it with them and all of that stuff usually, but I'm actually going this coming weekend, so I'll be down there in
Mm.
Charlotte over the weekend
So
because
you'll be
there's like
with the Barinos, huh?
yeah, because like her dad is having a party for his birthday was yesterday, so he's having a
Mm.
party and a New Year's Eve party, and I think it's gonna be pretty dope. So I'll be down there actually Saturday and Sunday, and then we'll come back. But Christmas was really good. Like Elijah was good. Outside of that little stuff, it wasn't really a whole lot else that he wanted. Like he really be about the family and just kind of kicking it and chilling, and he
Hmm.
be with my sister's kids, and everybody was at my mother's house. At least the ones of us that ain't fighting. So
Mm-mm.
uh, a lot of them acting the fool right now. So
Hmm.
we kind of divided a little bit, but who needed to be there was there. So like we had a good time. Like ain't nobody tripping, ain't nobody complaining. Like we blessed, and it just was a good year. Or it was a good holiday, and New Year's coming up. So
Yeah, the holiday always about family. Guess who I seen doing my last minute Christmas shopping? A certain Cameron Mill Irons. I seen
oh,
me and
that's
Carisha.
Tiffany. That's Tiffany
Me and
Big Job.
Carisha, we ran into Cam, not at only one place, at two places,
Well,
doing
what?
our on Christmas Eve. So we seen him at the mall, multiple stores in the mall, and we seen him at
Okay.
Walmart, and he was scaring the bejesus out of us. Coming up behind us, I'm like, "Hey, cousin," we was like, "Oh my!" I'm like, "Who is that?" I'm like, "Who is that?"
That's what he do. That's what he do.
He
He
always do
irritates
that to
me.
me. He just come up and be, "Hey, cuz," I'm like, "Oh my," I be ready to pull out my self
Always.
defense. Cause he's so dang silly. And then I guess somebody, a cashier or something, has said something smart to him. Do you know his big cousin Carisha went in there and checked the person for him? She said, "Excuse me." She said, "Did you say something to my little cousin?" He said, I don't know. Who's your cousin?" She said, the young man I just walked out here, and the man was looking confused. And she said, "Listen, you got something to say to my cousin, you say it to me." I was like,
that freaking part.
I said,
y'all always ready to fight. Y'all like
that wasn't me, but you know how our big cousins, how we be in our family. If you fight one,
always
you fight us
warm
all.
ready to fight.
Cameron be on it. Cameron. I ain't never got to worry about Cameron. Cameron's he's like a quiet, timid teddy bear. But
You don't want to be on
when
the
it's
bad side.
no, Bubba baby, book. Listen,
That's about how Elijah is.
So this is what he got me. This is what he got me for Christmas.
Let me
My
see.
Adidas. Hey,
Cute. Listen, cousin was buying up the mall. I'm talking about, cuz, can I put a couple things on? Can you scan a couple things for me? Because I see you got the money, young man.
He can listen. I was very surprised. Like Cameron gives me some gifts. He gives me some gifts. But when he came out with this, because I be like, I don't want much. You know what I'm saying? I just want everybody else to have a Merry Christmas, And then when he came out with this, I was so like, wow. Cameron got he was very surprised at what I got. Or me, and my mom went, and I got him a game for his P4. His P4. So when he opened it, he was like, "Oh, okay, it was Mortal Kombat." Honey, when he saw the P4, the gift was in front of him. He got to rip it up. He was like, "Mommy!"
Listen, that's what it's all about, ain't it?
That is exactly what it's.
Christmas morning watching the kid
he what, 23?
Listen, he like Kat said, he's a tickler. Cameron is very hands-on-ish. He's hands-on. He's very affectionate to the point where it irks me. I'm affectionate as hell, but I'm affectionate when I want to be affectionate. But Cameron,
I think that's just us, and I think that's just all of us, because Elijah's the same way, and he all about family, and he just like Cameron in the sense that, he cool and he real calm, and he all. But if you mess with him, or if you mess with Dolores, or you mess with me,
and see, Cameron is. I don't know what that guy said to Cameron, but he better look at Cameron and jump over the thing. Cause Cameron, he don't want to go to jail. Cameron's like 6'1".
Yeah, I wouldn't have said nothing to him, but it just was one of them fast things that's like, what happened? And then my sister like, I don't care what happened, I'm coming in hot. So
wow.
But it was nice to see him. We shot with him for a little bit, got to spend some time with him on Christmas Eve. So I was glad, because I don't really get to spend a lot of time with my cousins like that. So I know we said we was gonna make it a thing to, start spending some time and plan some cousin things. So that was Christmas, everybody.
I think that's super dope. And we'll come back and we're gonna talk some more about our holidays and stuff that's been going on. It's time to bring our first guest in. Like, he's sitting here, I see him cracking up in the background. But listen, just to kind of give you guys an intro again, our first guest, Durell Peart, like, he's one of those people who I just feel like is essential to this entertainment business, especially for any independent artist that's coming up into this. And make no mistake, like, that's not the only thing that he's doing. Like he has he's an author. He put out a bomb book this past year, and I felt really honored because I got a chance to read the book before he actually released it. He sent me the book and all that stuff. And he's somebody, again, I really stand on the fact that he has been there for me in my career and in my travels through media and the things that I have wanted to do. And me bringing people onto the show, he has supported me, from the top to the bottom. And, even, when he put his book out, and, I was one of the first people that he sent it to read it. He really, really, really values my opinion and, what I think and that sort of thing. And, that's so rare in this industry. So, people like him, and it's a handful of them. I think I told you guys about Tangi. And we got Brandon Adams with a Miracle Market. It's a lot of people. It's a good handful of people, I'll say. Not a lot, but it's a good handful of people who constantly support me. But Durell, he's one of the first. Like I don't even know how we came in contact. It had to be through another lady who supported me like tremendously. Tracy Jeffcoat. She was with the station. I did a radio show for them, Indie Soul Saturdays. So I was doing that, and I think that may be how Durell and I really came in contact with each other. But that was like 2014. Tiffany always pop out of there. Okay, she'll be back in a second. But either
always she'll be back.
Either way, I'm thrilled to bring him on. He has done pretty much every platform that I have out here. So like, it's really an honor to bring here. She comes. It's really an honor to bring him onto the show. So everybody, please help me welcome Mr. Durell Peart. What's up, man?
What's going on? What's going on, guys? How y'all doing?
We're fine.
Hello.
Hey.
Man, I appreciate it, and I know we kind of had this before we even went live and all that stuff.
Right.
But, like, I'm tremendously grateful to you, man. Like,
hey, man,
it's not a lot of people who I feel have like truly been a support to me. And like
sure.
You support people when it ain't got nothing to do. I mean, it don't have to have nothing to do with your brand or what's going on. It's not you. Like, you don't find a lot of people like that.
Well, we gotta support each other. We gotta support, Black-owned media. You know what
Absolutely.
I'm saying? And is what we're doing is platforms like yourselves, especially me working with independent artists, that we need platforms that want to cater to up-and-coming acts, because everybody can't get on the big networks. That's the way it works. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't understand. A publicist on the low end is going to run you anywhere from $3,000 to $7,000 a month.
Yeah.
On the high end, $10,000 to $15,000 a month. 6-month lead time. Just do the math.
Yeah.
and then you got to also understand this too. So let's say an artist is signed to a record label, right? Let's say you signed to Universal.
Mm-hmm.
That TV show that they're on, that media company, that media show that they're on, the media side of that corporation is all vertical integration. So it's calculated. It's already part of the rollout. You're going on here, you're going on here, you're going on here. That's every time, because they all work together. So it's just very, very difficult to get independent artists, especially people who don't have a name yet, on these bigger platforms. Absolutely. So I rely heavily on platforms like yourself and several other ones that want to care about new artists, because this is why I tell artists all the time. I don't care if it's 40 motherfuckers. If it's 40 people that's looking at the platform, that's 40 motherfuckers that didn't know who you was before.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So many artists get so caught up in what's the reach. You know why they say that? They don't want to spend no money.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anytime people say what's the reach, that is code. I've been doing this a long time.
Yeah.
Anytime people start asking about stuff like that, I already know where their head is at.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because they don't look. I just, again, when you get into this game, it's just pay to play. I mean, that's just how it works. And the major record labels, you know how much they spend? You know how much money they spend a year on marketing and promotion? $5.3 billion a year.
I was gonna say I can only imagine.
$5.3 billion. That's what they spend for artists that's not gonna break, that they don't know if it's gonna work.
Right.
So if they're spending $5.3 billion a year in the corporate record industry, why do you think it's an independent artist? You don't have to spend no money.
Mm-hmm.
You're not that good.
Yeah.
Nobody is that good.
Mm-hmm.
We can pull favors here and there, but at some point, like, people gotta pay people.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah, I've been able to see a lot with this industry, but then I've been able to learn a lot from you. So, one of the big things with you is, like, you have always been really strong at, obviously, like not just the artist management side, but like the artist development side, like really developing them and helping them with their media and just their overall presence and doing their shows. And like, why was that important for you to really venture off into that side of the industry?
Because education is a missing link everybody don't have. the thing about it is, right? So if you want to go be a realtor, you want to go to real estate school, right? You need to get the education. You got to understand the lingo. There's certain things you need to understand before you get in the field and start working. You can't just start selling houses today. Say, oh, you know what? I watched $1 Million listing 50 times or selling Sunset on Netflix. Great show. They only show you like a portion of what they actually do. Because you know what I'm saying? So you don't know the integral parts of what it means to sell a house and the legal education you have to have in order to do that. Right? Same thing with being a doctor and a lawyer. You have to be licensed. The problem with the music industry and entertainment business is that it's not regulated. In terms of you don't have to be licensed. Now, I take that back. You do if you want to in LA, in Los Angeles, if you want to be an artist manager, you actually do have to have a license to do that.
Oh,
yes,
okay.
yeah. The reason why is because they don't want you. Basically, you can't be the booking agent, even though you technically kind of are when the new artist. But technically, you can't be the booking agent and the manager at the same time. You can't take a double commission. That's
Okay.
double dipping. So therefore,
that's interesting. I never knew that.
No, yeah. So and like
I thought
like
you
LA,
would
New
you
York,
could do this.
Go ahead.
I thought you can do the same thing. You know, you're the manager. So if they want to book, you got to have your separate. You got to have a book. You got to literally have a booking agent, and you got to have a manager. So they can't come to
Technically,
the manager.
technically, it's one of those things where if people want to be technical, yes. Most people aren't. They're not going to care, but people only use that rule when they want to get out of a bad situation.
Yeah.
It's like one of those things where it's there, but they only kind of use that when it's like, all right, well, legally, they can get out of a situation because you're not supposed to book the show and take the management commission. But when you're first starting out, you have to wear 7 different hats.
Yeah.
Right, when you're first starting out.
Exactly. So nobody's gonna care that much, but if you want to be technical, if you want to be letter to the law, you technically have to have a license to be a booking agent. You can't really be booking acts. I think it's even here in the state of Florida too. You technically can't do it, but again, people don't pay attention that much unless it's a situation where they want to be able to use it as leverage to get out of a situation.
Yeah. And that's kind of indicative when you say that people really don't pay that close attention. Like that really is indicative of the industry in general. I mean, especially when you get to the contracts.
Yeah, right. Creative people don't want to be business people.
Absolutely.
Their brains don't work like that. They want to create. The problem is you have to know your business.
Yeah. And and more and more like you have to know.
Let's take Taraji P. Henson. So everybody.
I'm so glad you bring that up, man.
I do not feel sorry for her at all.
I don't either,
sorry
man.
For you. Because you have millionaire problems. You think people care that much? You running a business. You look. I'm gonna ruffle some feathers when I say this. So, because I'm gonna ruffle some feathers.
I've already ruffled some, and I just
can't
feel like
see. Look, men deal with this all day, but you want us to feel sorry for you.
I just feel like that's a team issue.
I mean, Taraji, you ain't broke. You can't be that broke. I'm not saying you have $100 million in the bank,
right?
But you complain to people who are trying to figure out where their next meal is coming from.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you have millionaire problems. You're a millionaire at the very least. You should have at least $1 million to your name. Couple $1 million to you. Let's say you're worth $10 million on the low end. That's a lot of money to the average person.
Yeah.
And that's on the low end.
That's more money than what the average person is gonna make in a lifetime.
So why do you think that we're gonna feel sorry for you when you don't know your business?
That part.
Okay.
Yeah, because my whole thing is, like you said, you have a whole agent. And I'm pretty sure when you start getting up into the 6, 7 digits, you gotta have a financial agent.
She wasn't mad because her team wasn't getting her enough endorsement deals, especially when she was doing the Empire.
Well, guess what? You fire them.
But even that being said, you should look as much. Look, just because you have a manager, I'm a manager. I have my artist manager, but I'm also a consultant. But
Okay.
just because you have a manager, it's still your business.
Right.
The manager works for you.
Absolutely.
Right.
So you
Right.
should always know what's going on
What's going on?
in your business.
Business.
So why? So okay, you have monthly expenses. So does everybody else.
Absolutely.
Why are we? She's like, well, I'm fighting because we don't have. We don't. I said we don't feel bad for you.
Yeah.
Nobody feels bad for you. You can't want equality and get mad when this bugs me out.
Yeah.
Women ask for equality, and when it happens, they want us to feel sorry for you.
Yeah.
And I just don't. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to feel sorry for you when everybody's preaching equality. Treat us like you want to be treated like everybody else. Okay, we doing that. You can't go. I don't want to see you crying to Gail King. And then you see Gab Union getting behind. Look, ladies. This is the name of the game y'all signed up for.
Absolutely.
That's the one.
Yeah.
When you're doing anything,
y'all cannot be all happy when everything is good. Guess what? You got to deal with the good and the bad.
The bad.
Okay, like you're going to crying on Gail King's radio show to people that are struggling. People that they're going to see your films and going to see your shows. They spending their hard-earned money to go see your show.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out how they're going to pay their bill. How they're going to. It's so sad that Americans are struggling the way we should never be. Look, I've been to 7 different countries around the world, so I've been in Mumbai, India, and I've seen people living on the street in tents. I've seen that, and it's sad that as Americans, it is so bad. And that's a whole other conversation we don't have time to get into. But the fact of the matter is, it's like people are spending money to go to watch Gab Union and go watch, Taraji, and they're spending money to go see you, and you complain to them why you have millionaire problems.
Yeah.
Okay, you have millionaire. We don't feel bad for you.
So, do you think that she did the right decision because she fired her whole team? And she's starting over. But we got on the flip side, Terrence Howard.
At the end of the day,
suing his team. He's suing his old team.
Here's the thing, right? So here's the thing about the media business, right? So the thing with Hustle and Flow, right? Which they did. The artist and the song is DJ. So technically, the label created that. The company, the production house created that character.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that was a line in the script. Terrence Howard did not write those lyrics.
Mm-hmm.
Or did he write the lyrics? Because if you wrote the lyrics, that's a different conversation. If they was already written into the script, those are not his lyrics.
Mm.
Okay, so he don't understand the music business.
Because he's going after the royalties from Hustle and Flow, and he's going for royalties from Empire because he said that they didn't give him a good enough deal. He signed a deal that wasn't good enough and gave him enough royalties and residuals.
The problem with Terrence Howard is, bro, you don't understand the film industry is not the music industry. Okay, we don't have time to get into the intricate parts, but he don't own those copyrights. The music business comes down to copyright and masters. Right, you build your wealth when you write songs,
right?
And that catalog has to be worth money, right? So, right. So if he's not listed as a copyright owner, right? Because, for instance, so let me give you a little lesson right now. So anytime we get a song that's played in a movie, right? They call that a sync. A sync, you know what I'm talking about, James?
I do.
A sync license. So
when I tell you, I read that book, this business of music, Donald Passman.
So that's basically when you take an audio master, and sync that to motion picture, right? So there's 2 sides of that. They call that the publishing side, which is the lyric and the melody. So you get a fee.
Mhm.
You get a fee on that side. You get a fee on the other side for what they call the master use, right? However long the song was used for in the film. So and where it's placed in the film too also determines how you get paid. So if you get that beginning title, that's a lot of money. You get the end title, that's a lot of money, right?
Mhm.
So so there's 2 fees for that. So if Terrence Howard if he didn't write those lyrics and that was written into the script, he's not the publisher. He's not the publisher. He's not the songwriter. Only the original songwriters who wrote the song are going to get royalty. I'm like, who's advising this guy? I mean, he don't know the music business.
Nobody.
Yeah, a lot of
He
people are
didn't have
coming out and
nobody
saying
about
that
him.
his lawsuit is
I mean,
preposterous.
That's what I'm saying. He's an actor,
That's
bro.
why
You
it's
don't know.
gotta read what you're
not
signing.
to those royalties. Don't if that was written into the script, you didn't. If those are not your if that's not your original composition that you wrote, because if you wrote that, guess what? If he wrote it, it would have been already registered under his copyright.
Correct.
Okay. Let me tell y'all something. This too. As soon as you record a song on Pro Tools or Logic, or that's called a digital audio, a DAW, digital audio workstation, your song is automatically copyrighted. Automatically. What you're doing is you're registering the copyright with the government so that if somebody infringes on the copyright, you can then sue them for infringement. But if you didn't write the song, the only people that get paid from that house of whoever made the beat.
Okay.
The beat's part of the song. If I'm not mistaken, didn't 3-6
Mafia, they got an Oscar for the song.
Who wrote those lyrics? If it was 3-6, if I want to say it was 3-6 Mafia that wrote those songs.
Yeah, it was. It was DJ Paul and Juicy J.
So they're getting paid as they should get paid because they're the songwriters.
And they won that Oscar. The Oscar had their name on it because they wrote that song.
Yeah, he's an actor, bro. So you did what you're supposed to do. You got paid to do a job, and you did it, bro. You're an actor. You're not a songwriter. Right. No, but this is real, but this is real talk because you want people to feel sorry for you, but you don't know the music business, bro. Like they didn't that song. If it's in the script, if DJ is your character and he's rapping those lyrics that DJ wrote as a character in the film, that's not you.
Absolutely.
We have a comment that says, it seems that the many creatives lose much because they are not paying attention to their business, and as a result, they lose everything, and then they seem shocked about it.
Yeah, but I don't understand, right? The record business, the people in the record industry, and you don't see it so much in the indie side because when you get to the corporate side of the business, like they want you to be green. They don't want you to know, because the more you know, the more they can't put a wool over your eyes. They want you to be green as hell.
Yeah,
that's just how the music business has always been predicated. Y'all gotta realize this. The modern day entertainment business was built by criminals.
Yeah.
Did y'all know that? Did y'all know that?
I did.
The mafia. The mob. Seriously. Go back and do your research. The entertainment business is built by bad people.
Yeah.
By non-integral people. So like everybody they want everybody to be nice and fun. The mafia, they ran Hollywood, they run the music business, and so
they running it.
Huh?
They running it.
Well, they started. You gotta think about right. The Prohibition, Al Capone, the speakeasies. That's where the original nightclubs came from.
Yeah.
And what ended up happening was you had all these performers that were performing in these nightclubs in the 20s and 30s, and they had to have somewhere to go take these artists to. They had to go find somewhere to go create the modern recording industry.
Mhm.
So, but people don't realize this industry is built off people not wanting to know your business.
Absolutely.
Look, Neo said something. Did y'all see the clip that Neo said that he felt like the standards for the music industry is a lot lower these days? He's like, I get what,
Yes.
part of me I get what he's saying, but also what he's not saying is this. I said, bro, when you got into the game,
Well, oh,
basically what Neo said was you had to be, which he's right. The music industry was a small industry. You had to know somebody who knew somebody who just to get in, and you had to be good.
Mm-hmm.
You had to be really good.
Yeah.
Like somebody had to take a chance on you.
Yeah.
The problem now is what people didn't account for those days was the internet.
Yeah.
The internet changed everything. The internet now allows, and what that does is that the barriers to entry are lowered, which means the good shit is still there.
But then you have a lot of people too who, obviously the independent side of the music industry has really stepped up. So like a lot of people are able to kind of do their own thing, and
here's what I love about the music business nowadays, right? There's no ageism anymore. See, hip hop is the only industry that we put an age limit on. Right? If you're 50, you're too old to rap. Wow. They don't do that in any other genre. Hip hop is the youngest genre. We've only been around for 50 years. So we're just now getting old men in hip hop.
Mm-hmm.
So how are people too old to rap if Curtis Blow's only 65 years old?
Right. And still going.
And Aerosmith and all those.
Yeah, Aerosmith.
Way older, still touring.
Tony Bennett was performing until he was 90.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You don't say, why is he still performing? He's 90 years old. So of course, I hate that hip hop is the only genre that we do that. We put an age limit on artists when it's like, wow, why do we do that? We don't do it for Cicely Tyson before she passed away.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you still got Snoop Dogg. He all gray head and everything, and he still collaborate. Just say he can still collaborating. So
what I love about Snoop is this: he found a way to diversify himself. Snoop,
absolutely, yeah.
As a master at reinventing himself. Same thing with Ice Cube. Kids today don't even know Ice Cube is a rapper. They have no clue he was with NWA. If you have someone that's a teenager right now, they have no clue that Ice Cube was once a rapper and a big, huge rap star. Mm-hmm. They don't know because they're not old enough to know.
Right.
They'll know from Friday though.
Yes, they know him as a movie star, but they don't know him as a guy that was one of the biggest, most controversial hip hop groups of all time.
Yeah. So what do you think about artists that feel like they take themselves out of the game because of their age? Because like Andre 3000 said, he feels like he won't do an album rapping because he feels like he don't know what to talk about. He can't connect to kids these days.
And I think that's his prerogative. But here's what I would say: there's still an age demo that still want to hear you talk. There's still an audience that still want to. If that's the case, why are these older acts, these nostalgic acts, they're killing it right now on tour?
Yeah,
they are.
The young
acts,
they are.
Sell tickets. Why is that? Have y'all noticed that?
Because it's still an audience.
Little baby can't sell. They have to can't.
They cannot sell out for their souls. They cannot sell out them arenas.
But LL Cool J, you see that man's gonna put on a show. Busta Rhymes is gonna put on a show because these guys were developed acts.
Absolutely.
They know how to you still got, and you still have Redman out there. He's really killing them. He's acting his. Oh man, and
they know how to. These guys have figured out how to reinvent themselves.
But it's just like you said, like they were developed and they were taught longevity when they came into
they were taught
right.
These kids today are like, I got 100,000 followers. I don't give a shit.
That's all they care about.
But at the end of the day, your show fucking sucks.
Yeah,
you can't perform.
They're not getting developed. They don't. Where's the ARs? No. Like where's the
people
that?
And part of that is because the internet. Because the way a lot of the labels say, look, you have to get yourself hot. Nobody's going to get you hot. You got to get yourself hot. That's how it goes. Because they're saying you have the same tools. Another thing too, unfortunately, this costs money, man. This costs a lot of fucking money.
Yeah.
Okay? If you notice, the reason why Cardi B blew up was because she was in the strip club. She could put up 200,000. Cash it all.
Easy.
Cash it all. She's making $25,000 a night in the strip club. So she can fund her career.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're a woman in this business, it's a double standard. That it's more expensive. Why? Because when you're a woman, photo shoot, stylist, makeup, all these extra costs that a female artist has to deal with that the male artists don't have to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you go on the road, you can't put a woman in a room with a bunch of niggas. You can't do that.
Right.
Can't do that. Then you need your own room. You gotta have your own room. You gotta have your own space. You need your own, so unique. So that's expensive. If you notice, back in the day, right? Remember Olivia was signed to G Unit?
Yeah.
Remember Olivia was signed to G Unit, but they didn't understand. I think that was probably her fault because 50 understood how to market hip hop. I don't think he figured out how to say, because who's going to the G Unit shows? Dudes. So yeah, she's singing on the hooks, but what's the rollout for her? You can't market R&B the same way you market hip hop.
Absolutely.
That's why she struggled on the G Unit label because they didn't really. Yeah, you put her on the hook with 50 and score number one.
Mm-hmm.
And we know that because looking up, 50 he's making so much money on this Final Lap tour that he's performing songs that are 20 plus years old.
Yeah. And
people still coming out to see 50. That's how you know it's the longevity matters because he's made so much money on this tour. But then my point is that the older acts have been able to be developed and they went through a whole process. So you take Chris Brown, right? Let's take Chris Brown. Discovered at 11 years old. Discovered at 11. Signed at 13. His first single don't drop till he's 15. That's 4 years before we ever know who Chris Brown is.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Now, the industry knew who he was because he's performing at showcases, but the world didn't know who Chris Brown was. Trey Songz comes out the same time Chris comes out, but they have two different careers.
Yeah.
Chris kind of shoots up to the top. Trey it took Trey 4 albums. You can literally hear it. I've talked to Troy. Like it took him 4 albums to become a superstar.
Yeah.
If you listen to the songs, and what's interesting is Troy Taylor talks. I know Troy. I would say Troy's a colleague. I wouldn't call us friends, but we know each other, and we see each other. It's all love. Every time we see each other, it's always love. But he says if you listen to the song, I think the first one, the Gotta Make It record. I think he was saying because those songs were done in 2003.
Yeah, you talking about Chris Brown?
And I think he said one of the songs they did was the Gotta Make It song. I think that was supposed to be inspired by Alicia Keys. You Don't Know My Name. So because Trey was supposed to get a deal with I think one DreamWorks or one of those labels that ended up folding through. So by the time Trey's first album came out in 2005, those songs were 2 years old.
But I think too, like I felt like with Trey Songz, like I liked him probably more then than what I did as he went further in his career. But I also felt like they marketed him to the older audience when he first came out. Just think, like one of his first songs was like, "If I gotta leave, I don't want to go right now." And I mean,
that was what I talked about. That was kind of, that gotta go. That was kind of inspired. Because Troy Taylor talked about it. He said that was kind of inspired by Alicia Keys. You Don't Know My Name because it kind of had that same feel to it.
Yeah.
So he said it. Because remember those songs, Alicia Keys, that You Don't Know My Name, that came out like the end of 2003 and the 2004. Yeah. So I think Trey got with Troy like 2000, 2001. And I think Trey graduated high school 2002. And his mom told Trey, told Troy, said, look, I'm going to give Trey a whole year. If you don't get a deal within a year, you got to go to college. And so like right before that year was, I think they had a deal on the table with DreamWorks or Atlantic, one of those record labels, in DreamWorks and Atlantic Records, and I think the DreamWorks deal fell through, and he ended up going with Atlantic. But this album they put out, remember those songs were 2 years old. Music had changed by then, so that's why why that first album didn't do too well.
Right.
Because you got to remember, you go from the first album to Trey Day, and then he really didn't pop till that third album.
Yeah.
With Last Time on it and Can't Help But Wait, all them joints. You know what I'm saying? That's when Trey really popped. But it took Trey a minute. Versus with Chris Brown kind of, Chris is an icon. But I've been saying this for years.
Yeah.
Chris Brown is iconic.
Yeah, he popped pretty much immediately.
You know what I'm saying? So he's, especially in this millennial generation, he's an icon, especially in this millennial. It's like Chris, Beyonce, and maybe a couple others that same space. You know what's crazy too about that? If you go back and look at the articles, people thought that Ashanti was going to be like Ashanti and Beyonce came out at the same time. But there's articles that talked about Ashanti. They thought Ashanti was going to be way big. They thought she was going to be bigger than Beyonce. People did not think Beyonce was going to be who she became. That was not. If you go back and look at the articles, they literally said we don't know. They thought Ashanti was going to blow up.
Yeah,
but she's had a nice career, but it hasn't.
I mean, she's had a great career.
Hasn't been Beyonce. She hasn't been that.
Absolutely.
I'm happy for her, man. Her and Nelly look really, really happy.
Absolutely.
So they ain't stopped smiling since they got back together. Every time you see them on a red carpet, they be cheesing.
Because for them to be apart for 10 years, that means they really love each other.
Yeah. Because
in this industry, that don't happen like that.
Absolutely.
To go 10 years, they have whole other relationships. And let's be real. If we talk pop culture, people felt bad. Look, I'm like, damn. You kind of felt bad for Ashanti, man, because she was hitting and missing for a little while.
Yeah.
She wasn't doing too well.
Yeah. But I think their relationship works now because they're able to go on tour together. Like they have the same audience. My generation, us millennials, know Nelly's song like Ashanti. So that's a concert I'm going to immediately. If I see them both on there, yeah. So they're able to kind of travel together and be together and have a kind of slower lifestyle than say Jay-Z and Beyonce. So I think it kind of works for them.
It works perfectly, and I think it gives hope to people, like, because in this business you don't usually see that, for them to go that far apart. Because he was in a whole nother serious relationship after her the first time, and
she was too for him.
Yeah, Miss Jackson, Floyd Mayweather's ex.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So is it confirmed that Ashanti's pregnant? Did they confirm that?
They confirmed that, but they've been real tight-lipped about it. But they did confirm because the story came out because they was hugging, rubbing on her stomach.
Yeah, when she showed her baby bump, she accidentally showed her baby bump.
Yeah, so they said it's true, but they really haven't released an official statement.
Right,
it's pretty much true.
I'm happy because I think let's be real, we're kind of wondering, like, is it gonna happen for her?
It was time.
It's time, and I'm happy for her, and they able to do their little tours
and I think honestly, she and her, if you want to be honest about it, I think she wouldn't want to be anybody else but Nelly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I think if you would probably ask her, if she's gonna be real honest, take some truth serum. If we're gonna be honest, she probably wanted to be Nelly the whole time because we especially in the Black community, we like to see that positive Black love.
Mm-hmm.
In this business and entertainment, where it's really, really hard. To stay together. Mm-hmm. To have a second, because then you see J-Lo and Ben Affleck, came around the block again, but I don't know if things are going as well for them. Remember,
they're supposed to be engaged again, so we'll see if they actually make it down the aisle this time.
And did y'all see Tamar? What's his name?
Oh, my goodness, he got engaged, man.
Tamar and who?
I see.
Yeah, let's not get on that one because
Tamar and her man, her ex-fiance are now re-engaged after a whole bunch of
so what do y'all think about? What do y'all think about that?
Well, who was the guy in the first place?
He was basically he's a rich white man. And he had the money. This is my opinion. I feel like he had the money, but he didn't have the clout he was looking for. So I feel like he got with Tamar under. I don't feel that it's genuine, and I'm not in that relationship. I don't feel like it's genuine.
We got to give her more context. Remember, Tamar went on that dating show with her, Evelyn Lozada, and who else was on that show? Somebody else was on that. Evelyn James. Who was it?
Yeah, I didn't watch it, so I don't know.
I didn't watch
the one on Peacock. So anyway, the whole thing.
Oh, I don't have Peacock.
he essentially won the competition. It was a dating show.
Okay.
And that's the new spiel now. Everybody wants to jump on these dating shows. So, so basically, if you go back and watch that show, like that man would give her lavish gifts. So he's kind of always been known to kind of be the lavish gift giver, because but here's the thing, I think he got like 5 kids.
Who the white guy does?
Yeah, he only date black women. He only date black women.
Well, that I can't even see Tamar even dating somebody with a whole bunch of kids, because her and Vince wasn't even convincing to me. I really think she had
that's the thing about Tamar.
IBS when she got pregnant.
She likes a man with money. She likes a man that's gonna take care of her, regardless of what she's doing. That's what she likes.
Yeah.
So I feel like
absolutely.
She likes that.
But I can't see her taking care of somebody else's kids either. I just can't.
He got grown. His oldest kids is like in their grown ass kids in their 20s.
Yeah,
all of them, all 5 of them. Okay, was he? Yeah.
I think they have a range, but he has grown. He has adult children.
Yeah, but see, when they broke up, he dated somebody she was beefing with. He went and then you don't. I don't care if any of my exes. I'm not gonna mess with the ops. You don't do that. That's what made me look at him like, oh, because I was like, we were rooting for you. I was rooting for the white man. I liked him. He got a little swag to him. He was cool. But when you go and purposefully hurt your ex, like you're going to take her enemy out to a game, and then y'all automatically back together and you so in love, like, no, me knowing that you could do something like that, I would never be back with you. So.
Girl,
I think Tamar is concerned about because let's be real. Tamar a firecracker.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she is. Her mouthpiece is strong. That's what I'm just saying. Like all it is.
Look, because you gotta be.
You got Tiffany riled up now. Her mouthpiece strong.
Look.
With her Tay Martian. Remember she used to call her people Tay Martians.
Let's be honest.
.com.
Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Real talk. In the black community, people think not everybody's gonna get married.
Right.
You have to stop the cap.
Right.
It is not guaranteed that that everybody's gonna find love. That's bullshit.
Right.
Perfect package, and it may not happen for you.
You guys just may not get married.
Everybody got so mad at Kevin Samuels. He was speaking truth.
Why? Because Kevin Samuels, he may have came out a little rough, but
women don't understand men. That's just what it is. How we think. What matters to us, they think they know, but they don't know. Because, I have to have this conversation with my sister all the time. Women are not men. You don't understand. You can't compute it. You can't teach a man. You can't be a woman, teach your man how to teach your son how to be a man. You can't do that.
Absolutely. You still can't.
You can't do it.
I feel like both. Remember that book back in the 90s? The men are from Mars and women are from Venus.
And women are from Venus.
It's like two totally different languages. When you speak it sometimes.
I blame this shit on Steve Harvey, that motherfucker.
The thing like a man.
Book. Trying to sell a god. Look, I don't think he believes half the shit he wrote in that fucking book.
But I feel like the things he was saying don't work for everybody. They work for a certain. They might work for a certain type of woman, for a certain situation.
Like, let's be honest. Like, because Steve comes from the generation happy life. No, sorry, no. Like at the end of the day, like right now it's like, and this bug because women don't want to. And I'm ruffling feathers. I don't care who I'm ruffling a lot of feathers saying this because we got to understand something. When it comes to relationships, is that, the man is supposed to get something out the relationship too. Why are we only talking about what the woman's supposed to get? If you're married, that means you have expectations and responsibilities as a wife. You don't just get the problem is some of these modern women out here, that you know what I'm talking about, they want to be treated like princesses because they no. If a man is going to marry you, he expects it to be a certain way. And if you and miss me with the I'm looking for a Christian man, get the fuck out of here. Yo, messing with this bullshit because the man is the head by default. So the feminist movement does not work if you want a Christian man. Because in the church, men don't lead over women. Women don't lead over men. It's not biblical. It never has been. If you want to, so we have to stop this shit. We have to stop the cap and stop the bullshit.
Oh my God.
Yeah, listen,
we have to keep having these conversations because women don't like the fact to know that men were designed to lead for a reason, not for reason.
Listen,
most men, like logical, women are nurturers by because y'all supposed to be. Y'all are nurturers by nature. That's what you're supposed to be. But why is it that and so women unfortunately like because whenever you make I've made bad decisions based off emotion. We all have. When you make decisions based off of emotion, it never turns out good. 9 times out of 10, it don't turn out well. Am I right?
Right about that.
Yeah. So most men, not all, most men are usually practical. Most of us, not all. Because there's no absolutes. So most of us are practical. Most women aren't.
I don't know if I agree with that one. I think I don't know about that because I know a lot of emotional men. I know a lot of logical women. So I don't know.
Well, again, like I said, there's no absolutes. But
yeah,
it's like I always say. This is what I always say. There's no absolutes in life, right? What does that mean? Is it likely for you? Is it likely that you become? Is it possible to become a millionaire? Yes, it's possible. Is it likely? No. That's what I mean. So, yes, there's no absolute. So yes, you're gonna have practical women out there, and you're gonna have emotional men. But for the most part, most men are practical because nature. I mean, society forces us to be that way. We don't get to practice masculinity or conditional masculinity as men. Society doesn't allow us to do that. But women want to say, oh, well, if he was this way, then I could act feminine. That's bullshit. That's bullshit.
If he was what now?
Women like to say, oh, well, if he was more masculine, or if he was more of a leader, I wouldn't have to act. I could act more in my femininity. I said that's bullshit.
Right.
That's bullshit.
Right.
That's bullshit. You know why? Because as a woman, you should not be able to turn your femininity off or on. It should always be on.
Absolutely.
Right.
We don't get to turn our masculinity off as men. Imagine if we did that as men. Would y'all respect us? If we decided, today I'm not gonna be masculine today. I'm just gonna act emotional, act a fool. What would y'all say then?
Shit, you do that any damn way. You could be I've been trying to keep quiet, but you can be masculine, you can be a strong man, but at the end of the damn day, you're going to be emotional. It's in your culture, it's in your head. Man, let me know. See, Cat, he don't want it. He don't.
I know you gonna have us doing a battle of the sexes.
He don't want it.
He's not doing that today.
I want it.
James sitting there. He got the right ones. He got he don't want it. But listen, let me tell you what though. It's okay. And see, listen, I respect you as a man to be real with me than to be sitting here clowning like a fool. And I don't know why.
Okay.
You just tell me. You tell me. It's a communication. You tell me why. You can be strong. You can be the savior of them all. But you're going to at one point break, and it's okay to cry. Cry, get that shit out of you. You don't want to hold all that in. I'm not going to think of you less. I'm not going to think of you no type of way. Now you got some females like, oh, that little mother, that bitch say all that. Oh no.
I hear what you're saying.
You hear what I'm
I
saying?
hear what you're saying, but unfortunately, that's a good thing to say, but that's not how most women think.
Right.
I know that's not how. I know that. I absolutely know that. That's why they got this bullshit out here on Instagram talking about what these females talking about. Oh, you ain't gonna take me to the Cheesecake Factory. Guess what, bruh? Get in the car. We going to the Cheesecake Factory.
Exactly. Look, let me tell you something.
That freaking part.
Listen, date within your income.
What did y'all think about that situation? First of all, that lady was average as fuck.
Arrogant.
Had on an average outfit and some average. Go eat your average food.
Period. Give me some strawberries. Pour that on it with some whipped cream. I may take the whipped cream home with me. How about that?
Let's break that situation down. Let's break that situation down. Okay, so an Indian man. Okay, he's got from India, right? So he
was really nice looking too.
He's got traditional values, right?
Right.
So he said, I want to take you to a nice restaurant that requires a reservation. He set up the reservation. So he makes a lot of money. He's going to take her to a nice restaurant. Now, she says, oh, well, my job had made me run late. Okay. He told you, but he told you before, be ready by 4 o'clock, right? By 4.
Yeah.
She was, and so, okay, he gets there, you're running late. You make this motherfucker wait in his car for an hour for you?
Sure did.
And what's crazy is,
but the real question,
you felt comfortable enough to know for him to know where you live.
But then my question is, why did he wait?
That part,
right?
When somebody disrespects your time, they disrespect you as a person.
An hour, y'all. An hour.
You should pull it off.
What I have learned, and then I mean, not even just in a relationship, but what I have learned is that people will do to you what you allow them to do. So, like, when I tell you, I sure wouldn't have had my ass out there for no hour.
And the problem
hour.
And the problem is, when you look at how the girl was dressed, like, yo, you dress average as fuck.
Average. Right. She looked like she was going to damn McDonald's. She did not look like she was going to even the Cheesecake Factory.
But she was. And then wait a minute, okay, because let's make sure we're talking about the same one, because the one that I saw was
with the
girl.
And the green
she
dress.
was in the car. She was in the car, right? And he pulled up to the Cheesecake Factory. He got out the car, went to let her out, and she was like, "What are we doing here?" He was like, "We're at the restaurant." She was like, because she had it live.
Right.
And
because she took so long that they could not go to the first restaurant that he had reservations.
Okay, yeah, that was the same one.
She took too long putting on a green dress and some purple lipstick. What the hell was she doing?
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
And then look, he killed her with kindness because he was so loud. He said, "Look," he said, he was so late. He was logical about it. He said, "You know what?
He was a sweetheart about it because
you don't respect me. I'm gonna take your ass home." He should have left her ass right there.
I would have left her right at home.
Yeah. She would have been. Yeah, she would have been at home. She came outside looking for her car, and I didn't know.
Because I think he did say he was going taking her home, and she was like, "Are you serious right now, or something?"
But here's my issue. She said, what she said? She said, "Oh, I was taught a man was supposed to provide for me and court me." See, women got to stop with the cap. You're not a princess, sweetheart.
I'm such a cheap date, man. I don't care.
The only person that love you unconditionally like that is your daddy.
Period.
Your husband is not your dad. He is your husband. He has requirements for you.
It's just that it's these women out here.
He has, and you know what the problem is? We have too many women not calling out the bullshit.
Yeah.
Women will champion bullshit behavior because she's a woman. Fuck that.
Yeah.
True story.
If you're doing bullshit stuff, stop. And again, going back to Kevin Samuels, everybody got so mad because people don't realize it. For 4 years, Kevin Samuels only became famous because he went viral. He was talking to men for 4 or 5 years before anybody knew who this man was, telling men, get your shit together. These women, first of all, And he would tell them, rate yourself from a 1 to 10, and you can't use 7. And these women were saying they were 9s, fresh face out the shower.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I think a lot of people need to start being realistic with who they are and what, like, dating your income. Date somebody that's on the same level you are, and stop
if you're talking about marriage, right? If you talk about marriage, when you talk about big businessmen who have big dollars, marriage for them is a big deal. Who they step out with, let's be real. You don't see overweight men like that who have money like that with overweight women. You just don't see it.
No, you just rare.
But because they're able to date who they can afford. Like, people can't be going for the Cardi B's and you broke. You gotta date within your means. Date. Not
only that,
dress, you're not going to a 5-star restaurant, baby.
Right. Wait, because see, my Jesus. Not only that, it's like you're in you can go to Walmart and get a Walmart dress, Walmart pair of pants, Walmart skirt, honey, and go across the street to the mall and get a $20 necklace, $20 pair of earrings. And shit. You could step up out of here like you done spent some money. And I'm not even gonna say Macy's, because Macy's their clothes is starting to look a little. But you could go to Dillard's, step out, look like you done spent some coin.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? But it's your personality, dog. You cannot be big headed like that. You know what I'm saying?
But you know what it is? You know what it is? The nice guys finish. I really believe this. Nice guys finish last.
I agree.
Because
I definitely.
Because let's be real now. When these women when y'all are young, y'all don't want the good dudes. Y'all do not want the good dudes. Y'all like these street motherfuckers. Y'all like these dudes in the street because they put you in your place.
But I feel like the nice guys don't want the nice girls. They want the popular girl, the girl that
they want the popular.
Like people will start dating on their level and being realistic with what you look like in the mirror. If you know you ain't the cutest, then go for somebody ain't the cutest. Don't be going for Beyonce.
Right.
Nah, So, but it's all about timing. It's all, we could go on with relationships all day. But I want to get into some questions definitely for you.
Okay.
And I read a little of your bio, and you were talking about how you overcame some different things in the disability world, and that you're a big advocate for the disabled and people with special needs. I am a special needs mom. My daughter's autistic, so I have done advocacy work all over the state of Ohio. I'm sorry, what was that?
My cousin Joey has autism. So
yes,
I have cerebral palsy. And my cousin Joey. So both my mom and her sister have boys with special needs. What's the odds of that?
Okay. Wow.
I don't think that happens that much, right? But
it's definitely hereditary. I used to work with the special needs children too.
Yeah, for me, man, I just feel like I just try to use my voice to be a light for people, because I've been fortunate to be in the music industry, and I'm not famous, but every opportunity that I've had, I've created. And the fact that I've been able to, I've been featured in like 18 or 19 magazines, 7 different countries around the world, really just kind of sharing my story. And I wrote my book. My book is called Encourage and Inspire More Than a Hobby. In fact, do I have a copy of it? Let me see if I got it. But I wrote the book because I wanted to be an inspiration to people, because some people like me who want to be in the record business who can't necessarily move to LA or move to Atlanta, because I live in Orlando, Florida. I've had to do it from Orlando, because physically I can't live in those other cities. So it's been extremely hard, but I absolutely love what I do. I love making a difference, and I had to find my way. And even now it's still hard, because I work with new artists. So
I think that's just you being an inspiration, like doing what you do and overcoming your barriers. Like can be like, you don't know who looking at you. You don't know the kids coming up looking at you and seeing like, damn, if he can do this, then I can do it. Because sometimes you have to work within your limitations, or work, how you can. Like my daughter, she loves music. We be calling her baby jukebox. She loves every song that then came out, and to her everything is new because she don't know what's old and what's new.
Right.
So she listens to Motown, she listens to Cyndi Lauper, and I mean she listens to everything. And so having somebody like
autism,
you,
right? So they find something that they love, they learn everything about it, and they know to like the back of their hand. Like for instance, my cousin Joey, he can look at a plane 30,000 feet in the air, tell what plane it is, where it flies to. He knows all of that. Planes, trains, trucks, buses, everything. So I think so many people with special needs, and where it's affected me the most in my life, believe it or not, is in relationships, because I've had to feel like I've had to kind of prove more than the average person because of like who I am and what I've had to deal with. Because most people are ignorant. Most women are ignorant to what they don't know. Most people are what they don't know. But then when you start dealing with this in general with people who've never experienced, because I'm not the average person with a disability. So when you think about somebody with a special need, you think about, well, damn, like, what's that going to be like?
Yeah.
So you kind of have to fight those stigmas too. But thankfully for me, I've never dealt with depression a day in my life. I'm a happy person. I love to be happy. I love to always just be a light to people, because that's the only way I know how to live my life. Is to be a light to people.
But I want to point out too, if you don't see it, and I know you see it, but I think that's what makes you who you are, because it is slim to none, man. Like it's not many people out there that have that type of spirit and is happy. It's always, moving.
I don't know any other way to be. My brand is called Encourage and Inspire.
Absolutely.
In fact, so this hat right here, I'm getting ready to launch an apparel line. So this is a sample right now. I just got this made. So the TTAE, if y'all can see that stands. So my tagline is called Encourage and Inspire through the arts every day. So that's what I do. So my playground is the arts, but I still want to be an inspiration to people. I like entertainment, so I use entertainment that's my playground. So my brand, so this is an extension of my brand right here. So I wanted to take my brand and create an apparel line around it and have it stand on its own, without my name attached to it, and hopefully get some people behind it that want to support it, and
when will those hats actually hit the store? Like, when will they?
Probably early next year. It's trying to figure out the logistics of everything, and like this is a sample.
You figure all of that out. I'm gonna buy 3 of those so that all 3 of us.
So we can wear them on the show.
I will buy. Like, I'm gonna keep it all the way gangster with you. I'm funding everything with this, and everything else is just out of pocket. So what you told me is absolutely in the budget. I'm gonna buy 3 of those. So
I appreciate that.
You told me about the jersey, and I'm like, damn, I want one. But then I'm like, well, shit, I gotta get Elijah one if I get one. Then he gonna trip. I ain't made no move yet. I said, I know he probably like, he ain't made no move yet or whatever. I'm like, whatever I get me, I gotta get him. So I'm like, I'm gonna hold up for
these hats are gonna be available very, very, very soon. And
I actually may get myself one of the corduroy ones, because I'm old. So I like
so I have. So this is another one that we're gonna come out with, because I love education. So this is Encourage and Inspire University.
Yeah.
So this is corduroy right here. Y'all might not be able to tell, but this is corduroy here. So again, this is a sample. And then
that's amazing, man.
And then this last one right here. That's supposed to match the shirt. See, I'm not really supposed to be wearing the shirt right now, but this is. We
got an exclusive.
This is the shirt. This is the signature shirt. Right. Can I stand up? Let me see if I can stand so y'all can see
it.
Now you have items that are.
Now, what is on the side? Is that the logo on the side?
Yeah. So on the side.
Okay.
It says Encourage and Inspire on the side, and on the other sleeve, it says through the arts every day. So this is going to be the 6th, and then it has a saying on the back. I don't know if y'all can see that, but can y'all see that?
No.
So yeah. So I'll send y'all pictures so y'all can see what it looks like.
The
You gotta
jerseys are
say
on
because we
sale
can't
already.
see it.
But yeah, the shirts will be available a little bit after that because you got to deal with sizes and it can get really expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
but your jerseys are on sale already, right?
The jerseys, yeah. If y'all want the jerseys, we can put we can put those in motion too.
I might have to sneak and get me one of those and just don't tell Elijah I got it.
So what do you want to tell any young children or the teenagers and even us out there, how can we get into the production and everything that you are doing, for your community right now?
In terms of the music industry, you mean?
Yeah.
Man, look, this is a really, really tough industry, man. It's really, really hard. You just kind of, and everybody's path is different, man. It's no one way to get in. You just kind of have to find where you can be valuable to somebody. I was very fortunate that I met my mentor, my brother, LaShawn Jones, I was a 19-year-old kid. We actually met at the Applebee's restaurant, and at 19, speaking of Hustle and Flow, it was right around that same time that movie came out that we actually met. And he saw me as a 19-year-old kid. He was 24 at the time. He said he saw somebody just want to be in the music business, and he took me under his wing and taught me the industry. And I was very fortunate to have that type of mentorship because you don't get that often. Somebody that's just gonna come and let you hang out with them, not charge you $1. It's gonna come and hang out and just learn. And he taught me so much of what I know. And then he also said, all right. He also let me know I had to go on my own. So I'm moving to Raleigh, North Carolina. You got to go do your own thing.
Yeah.
He let me know. He's like, all right, I've taught you enough. I'm always going to be watching, but you got to go do you now. And that was in 2008. So, and fast forward now, he's in the podcast. So I have a podcast as well, too.
Yeah. Oh, do you?
Our podcast. And so LaShawn, he's in a podcast somewhere now. So I actually have a podcast on his podcast network. So even though, we don't really do a lot of music stuff together these days, but we do more podcasting stuff now together. So it kind of came full circle that we get to work together again.
Can you send me a link to his network so I can check it out and everything?
For sure, yeah. I definitely will.
Okay, and then, obviously support. I knew you had a podcast, but I didn't know it was on his network.
Yeah, it's on his podcast. Yeah, the Got What You Need podcast network. Yeah.
Okay. I think that's really, really dope. I hate to cut us. I know I got to cut us short because, of course, we went over, and my next guest has been hanging on and ready to come in. But what I really wanted to, I guess, kind of point to, like, as we get ready to close out, like, I know I spoke really, and we really was going to talk, definitely about, like, the powerful messages and whatnot that you're sending, just in terms of, like, people developing themselves and obviously being more business minded and that sort of thing. Like, why has it been important for you to kind of get those messages out of there? And we know that the education is missing from the industry. But
for me, like, that's kind of how I could kind of make a name for myself is to be because I'm the guy that you work with at the beginning, at the ground level. I'm the guy that you work with when you're trying to figure this whole thing out, and you need somebody like me who has the expertise and the information, and I have the network. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I have the network across the globe. You know what I'm saying? So
I was going to say, you have a
powerful name. People know and respect what I do.
Right.
So I can make a phone call to certain individuals, James, like yourself. I can call you, and whatever I got going on, I know you're gonna support it.
Absolutely. Like, and you already know that, like, hands down. Like,
so I think
if
there's
you
a lot of
say anything
value
to me, I'm like, I'm with it.
So there's a lot of value in being able to make phone calls and have. This is a relationship business,
right?
This is a relationship business, a relationship world, a relationship industry. People matter, and I really believe in that. Like, your network matters, man, because if you treat people like assholes on your way up, whatever industry you're in, people are gonna remember that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
People are gonna remember. Yeah. If you think you're just better than everybody else, it's not the way life works. Like, you need help, you need people, you need relationships. You cannot achieve success only on your own merit. It doesn't work like that.
Mm-hmm.
You still need people to help open up doors. Look at Diddy. I know Diddy's in hot water right now, but just look at Andre Harrell and Diddy, right?
We're gonna have to get you on another show, man, because listen, you got into these hot topics, and I'm like, damn, like we need to have
And
Durell
we
on
ain't
here.
even about to start on TJ
TV.
TD Jakes pastor.
Ooh, oh,
But anyway, my point was to say that Andre Harrell hired Diddy when he was 19. And fast forward, when Andre Harrell needed a job, Diddy hired him at Revo. So so you never
Yeah,
know how things are going to play out on certain things, and how the person that you may be working for, so down the road may need you. It may need you down the road. So you always got to keep your relationship solid, your relationships tight. And for me, I just want to be positive. Like I said, my company's called Double N Management. It would just encourage and inspire. So I always just want to be positive, share knowledge. I'm seeing there's a lot of gurus there's a lot of people that do what I do that like bash artists. I don't believe in doing that. I believe in telling the truth, but I see people like, damn, you don't gotta. Every person gotta be. There's people who I follow on Instagram, like, but damn, y'all always talking shit about artists. I talk my mess too, but I still try to do it in a positive way.
Right.
Cause y'all want to talk crap about artists, but then y'all want them to same artists to spend money with you. It don't work like that. Like you can't talk mess about somebody and tell them to go hire you for a service.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know,
absolutely. And it's just the same thing, like, when I talk to Kat and I talk to Tiffany, and I'm really just talking about like this business and what we do on here and what we cover, and not just with this, but with every platform that I have. Like, we can't just be bashing the people and then expect them to support us and come on our platform and do all of this other stuff. Like,
exactly.
Just like it's a relationship business. So like, that's really what
it's true in media, because you got to think, right? If you're known as the person that's always talking mess, like the publicists are going to know that. They're going to know, you got a nice platform, but he's always bad. Like, it's not going to be good for you. That's not going to be good for your brand.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm not saying you have to agree with everything people do, but you have to be mindful of that.
Absolutely.
Especially if you want some more bigger names to come onto your platform, their publicist does their homework. They know, they do their research on you. They might say, "Oh, well, he seemed cool, but he's always bashing somebody." And then people don't want to be a part of it. They won't have their names attached to that. So
absolutely,
you gotta be careful. You have to tell the truth, but at the same time, you don't want to just completely always be bashing people all the time.
Absolutely,
because they remember that. That makes
and I
thank y'all so much, man, for having me on.
I appreciate you too, man. Kind of the last comment here. I really wanted to touch on trusting the process, and I was hoping that
let's touch on it real quick.
But I saw you put that post up, and when I saw it this morning, I was like,
"No, I mean, honestly, for me, it's simple. Like I said, look, success takes time. It's that simple. Success takes time. It just does. Absolutely. Everybody wants, especially we live in a microwave society now, right? Everybody wants everything to come fast, quick, and in a hurry. But I try to tell people, you don't know. I tell artists all the time, never be envious of somebody else, because you don't know what their situation is.
Mm-hmm.
You think that they're if somebody started before you, they're supposed to be ahead of you. If they started before you, they're supposed to be ahead of you. But don't be jealous of somebody, because what's meant for them was meant for them, and you don't know what their situation is. They could be in a really bad, shitty situation, and have no ownership of what they're doing, and really you could be in a better situation than they are, and not even really know it, because you don't know the integral parts of their situation. So I try to tell people, be happy for everybody, congratulate them, show them love, and don't be envious, man, because it's easy to be jealous of people, but what's meant for them is meant for them, just like what's meant for you is meant for you.
Meant for you.
We're all not going to. Unfortunately, success is not a straight line. If success was a straight line, we'd all go down the same line, right?
Absolutely.
Success is up and down, man, and we have to be able to deal with the good and the bad. Like we were saying earlier with the Taraji P. Henson situation, like, you have to, as much as the great things that happen in life, and life, the great things that happen in life, there's going to always be, sometimes there's going to be some negative things you got to deal with. And that's, nobody's exempt from that. Nobody. No human being is exempt from dealing with hard times and tough times and difficult times.
Absolutely.
And James, I did not know that you were related to Fantasia. How did I not know that?
Because I don't say nothing.
Right.
I never say nothing. And it's Fantasia, Casey, and JoJo.
Yes. Oh, yeah, you related to all of them. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna be down there. I'm gonna be in North Carolina with them on this weekend coming up.
Yeah,
but I don't say anything because number one, it's just like a lot of other families, like because of past family, like my grandfather was the Barino and he died in 85. He never talked about his family. So we never really knew that side of the family. So we didn't find out everybody and who everybody was until she went on Idol. And then when she went on Idol, it was like, okay, she has our name, or we have her name. Like she has to be family. So we kind of did the research. I actually did a family tree, so I was able to trace everything.
So do y'all have a relationship?
Yeah. So we'll be down there this weekend.
Nice.
So
she has an incredible story.
I've always kind of been against, I don't want to say just like the nepotism thing, but I don't want to be reaching, leaning on.
You want to build
like,
success.
I just want to do my own thing. And, yeah,
for sure.
And then also coming in like, obviously years later and finding out who people are. You don't want people to think that you're leaning on them. And
for sure, yeah, exactly. And look, and if she wants to support you, let her come and support you because she want to do it.
Absolutely.
Because that is better.
You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of family on that side who I obviously have built the relationships with now, who like totally support the platforms and they watch and come in.
And I'll say this, her journey hasn't been easy. I think nobody's built. The truth of the matter is, we're not built for fame. The natural human being is not built for fame. We are not built naturally for fame.
Absolutely.
No, we're not built that way. And to get into this industry remember, she came into the industry at a time where there was, like we said, the super elite club that we're talking about, right?
Uh-huh.
That was the time where she was in the industry in the early 2000s, where the internet wasn't the internet yet. The internet wasn't what it was yet, so you still needed the major label situation. You still had to go through those certain doors to get in.
Yeah.
So she's had to deal with a lot of that stuff that a lot of people deal with along the way of trying to make a career, in this crazy ass business. Look, you gotta be a little crazy to want to be in the entertainment business. You gotta be nuts. You gotta be a little crazy because only crazy people could deal with this. Sane people, regular people, you have to be a little crazy to want to be in this business.
Absolutely.
Everybody ain't built for this. This is hard.
Yeah, I attest to that.
Everybody's not built for fame and built for the limelight, right? It's not a natural human thing for us to want to grow up to be in that every day.
Absolutely.
I'm pretty sure if you ask Beyonce, she would probably just like to be able to go to the store, go to the park with her kids, and just be able to hang. Well, obviously she can't do that. She's Beyonce.
You forfeit all of that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's afforded her a wonderful life, I'm sure. But at the same time, you also miss out on being human. The things that we take for granted just every day naturally, those celebrities can't do.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I agree. Well, listen, man, thank you so much, man. As always, we got to get you back on these trending topics, man.
Because Hey, anytime, just hit me, man. Just hit me.
Listen, all right, man.
Y'all want to do pop culture, current events, man? Just
listen. We absolutely will, man. I'm gonna be in touch about that probably in the next day or so. Like, we got to get you back on, man.
Especially in our community, I think there's so much going on. Especially right now with the whole Simone Biles thing.
Yeah.
And her husband. That's a whole nother topic. But That's why, because he said he was the prize, and everybody
real sassy man right there.
everybody said everybody was saying that she basically people are saying now she chased him. So basically, like, this situation may not work out because what happens when his NFL career is over? Because let's be real, he's not a star in the NFL. He's a player. He ain't no big name. He's on the team, but he ain't a starter. He ain't starting.
Right.
So let's see how it's going to be in 4 or 5 years when his career is probably over, and the millions and she's now making the millions.
Ooh.
So it's going to be interesting. I appreciate y'all.
Absolutely, man. We'll definitely talk. I'll probably talk to you within the next day or so. But thank you so much for coming on, man. And
ladies, it's a pleasure. Anytime y'all need me, reach out. I'm here.
All right, man.
All right, guys.
Thank
take care.
You.
All right.
Listen, I love y'all. We made that so dope. But our next guest is actually here now. He's been here. When I tell you he's been a trooper, he's been here since 10 after 9. And he's been popping in and popping back out. So I'm so glad that we get ready to get him on here now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Move this up so I can actually. Oh, there we go. All right, everybody. So that was Mr. Durell Peart. I will make sure that I get you guys all of the information just in terms of how to keep up with him, how to know exactly what he's got going on, and he's gonna be back on the show because we got to get him back on these topics. Like he fit right in with these topics. Tiffany shaking her.
No, sir.
So we're gonna move on to our next guest. I think that this is really, really dope. Cat Queen actually brought this gentleman to us, Mr. Donny Brooks. He has an amazing baseball program going on down in the Akron area, and we're gonna bring him on. He's gonna let us know about that, but also tell us about the other things that he's had going on. Cat, thank you. We always try to bring you guys, interesting and relevant, obviously guests, for the platform. Did you want to throw something in there, Kat?
Yeah, I was just saying that, I was really happy that he reached out to us. We're getting a lot of people that, want to be on the show, want to promote what they're doing in Akron, Cleveland, and I mean, all over the U.S. for real. So I really appreciate him reaching out to us, and, we were able to quickly get him on the show. So he's going to talk to us today about bringing baseball back to Akron. So we got Mr. Donny Brooks.
How you guys doing?
Listen, man.
Hello.
How you doing?
Thank you, man. I know you popped in here at 10 after 9 on the button.
I did.
And I swear to God, I was looking at this clock on the computer like, damn, like it's 9:17.
Yeah, he was definitely about all the topics.
I'm trying to jump in there and like end the conversation, and I'm like, I can't get in. Every time I say something, somebody else starts talking. So I'm like, okay.
It's okay.
Are you on an iPhone, man?
Yeah, I am.
Turn your phone, just so it'll fill in. There we go.
Okay.
So listen, welcome to the show, man.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Listen, we appreciate you. Just to kind of give you some background, I've actually been doing media for about 22 years. So it's amazing to be able to build these type of platforms where we can actually connect, not just with like the big stars and the people that are out there in Hollywood and movie world and all of that stuff, but to be able to connect with the locals, the people who are actually doing something within our communities. Obviously, I'm from Cleveland, but I lived in Akron for about 6 years, because I went to the University of Akron. So I was in Akron for about 5 to 6 years, but then Cat Queen and Tiffany, both of those are they're both my cousins, and they both are from the Akron area. So throughout my life, I was always down in Akron. So I kind of consider that a little bit of home, on top of Cleveland. So like I know the neighborhoods there. I know like the community itself and how much what you have is like desperately needed there in the community. So I definitely want to give you the platform to obviously let everybody know who you are, but then talk about this program that you're bringing into the city for the youth.
I'm Donny Brooks, Coach Brooks, CEO of the Akron Baseball Project Incorporated. I play D1 baseball at the University of Akron. from 2010 through 11. And then I played a little bit of minor league for a couple years from 2014 to 2017. And then I tore my knee. When I
Oh wow.
At the time, I was living in Richmond, Virginia. So then I had to move back home to Akron, Ohio at the end of 17, around this time, actually, before New Year's of 18. So had to start over and figure out what I wanted to do next with my life. At this time, I'm 25, and I'm like, I'm young, but I've been playing ball since I was 4. So I've been doing it for 21 years. So in the real world, that's a retirement. so
Yeah.
so I started coaching in 2019, 2020. Obviously, that was when COVID hit. And baseball is in the spring. So we had 3 practices, then COVID hit. So then everything shut down. So then 2020, 2021 was our first full baseball season. And I was at the time a little league coach for a private Christian African American school in the Akron area called Emmanuel Christian Academy.
I've heard of that.
Yes, and
I went there.
oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah, my son went there too.
I was the
My
first
oldest son.
class they had.
And they didn't have a baseball
Where are
program.
you?
And I had to ask Miss Suber, "Can you guys start a baseball program?" And she was like,
Yeah,
"I'm
Miss
going to be
Super.
the head coach." And I was like, "Of course." And she said, "Okay." So, well, it was actually I would say that the kids opened me up back to baseball to coach because after 2017 I didn't even look at a baseball for like a whole year. I just couldn't do it, and it just opened me up to teach the kids about the game. And our people as African Americans, like, we can do anything we want. I mean, that's what's so great about our race. I mean,
Yeah.
if we set our mind to do anything, I mean, we succeed at the highest heights. It's been proven. I mean,
Absolutely.
from making the light bulb, as you can see, I mean, just everything. But that's a different
I got
style.
you. Yeah.
Right. So then after that year, 2020, 2021, I became the Talmadge assistant JV coach of Talmadge High School. I was the first African American coach for baseball at Talmadge High School.
That's cool. And not to cut you off,
Okay.
but I think that's really dope. Like my son growing up, he played baseball. And it's crazy because a lot of our kids really don't get into baseball. It's like usually football or it's basketball. So like we've always he's grown up pretty much in the suburbs, like here in Cleveland.
Okay.
And the school districts that he ended up going to, he got into Little League, and then he was feeling it, but he wasn't feeling it. But then we because I've been doing media, we had actually moved down towards Georgia for about a year. And
down south. Okay.
Baseball is the thing. Like it
is.
Whereas here it's like football, basketball. When you're down there, it's baseball year round. So he got into baseball down there and turned around and actually got really good. So then when he came back up here, he's pretty much been playing baseball. Like he's a senior in school now, and he's been playing baseball up until this year.
Wow, that's great. And that's one of the reasons of a few of why I started the Akron Baseball Project Incorporated. I had the vision when I was in high school. I told myself once I got done playing the game as a player, I wanted to start my own teams, my own clinics, camps, and training in the city of Akron. And then also once that's done, then I want to take it to Cleveland, Youngstown, Canton, Dayton, cover all of Ohio. That's the ultimate goal because, like you said, down south and up west, baseball is huge. Why not northeastern or up north? Even Chicago, next door to us, baseball is huge. So, I mean, Chicago is what, a 5-hour drive? I mean, we're not far from what they call it, Shot Town. I mean,
about 6 hours.
6 hours, okay. Because it's like by Milwaukee, give or take, somewhere around. So then after Talmadge, I was a walk-in as the assistant analytics coach for the University of Akron last year. And then D1, and then after that, I just got hired this month, December 11th, as Firestone High School JV assistant coach, December 11th. So we just
That's
had
my
practice
daughter's
today.
school.
Oh, okay.
And that's where I graduated. That's my alma mater too. So I'm down
What
with
year?
her. So
What year?
I graduated 08.
Oh, okay. I'm 09.
Oh, that's why I'm like, I was trying to tell you. Dang, man. We was right there together. But see, I
Right.
was focused on my own thing. So yeah.
Right. And then I started the Akron Baseball Project actually this year in July 13th, nonprofit organization, became official. We had our first camp August 13th, right before school started up in Akron, North Akron. It was a pretty good turnout considering. We had about 18 players show up,
Oh
ranged from
wow.
ages 5 to 12. I was coaching. I had Marlon Somerville. He's currently a Akron firefighter, but he played D1 for Notre Dame and JSU HBCU College as a black pitcher. I had Marcus Jennings. He is the deputy athletic director for baseball operations for the University of Akron, which is African American. And then we had his son, which plays for Holben High School in Akron, and he's a senior now, and he was helping out the little ones, which he has D1 offers for this upcoming year of 2024 for college. So my goal is to have not just people that played the game, but people that excelled in it. And that's how that's going to bring the attraction for baseball up here. It can't just be little league players that played when they were kids and now they're grown and the last time they played was 1990. It's not going to connect. It's not.
So I mean, essentially, you're like, I mean, obviously, there you have the little league piece of it, but I mean, essentially, you're like developing.
Yeah,
like you develop baseball player.
Yes, and that's the goal. And also, another thing is to keep these kids out of the streets.
Absolutely,
Because in
absolutely.
the summer and springtime is where they get into a lot of foolishness and they're not doing anything.
Out of the streets and out of the TV, out of the
Yeah.
Nintendo, out of because my son he's 11 and he's a stocky boy.
Okay.
We're out here in Green, so
Okay.
there's really not basically nothing.
Yeah.
We have a cousin, like I was talking to Kat earlier. We have a cousin. His name, I don't know if you know any Hodges. His name is Dave Hodges. So he coaches out in Norton sometimes, and they go all out Barberton and stuff like that. So
Okay.
he coaches, baseball whatever season it comes, he's coaching it. So, but my son, he plays basketball at his school out here in Uniontown at Mayfair Christian. They literally just got this basketball team up last year, so they didn't have any type of athletic sports at all, and now they're doing soccer. But he also told me that he wanted to start playing football, and I'll just tell you what, I can't afford it. Now, a lot of, I run into coaches all the time. You got that boy in football? You got that boy in football? And I'm like, no, because at the end of the day, the prices they talking about $200-300. Like for what? But he really needs to. He needs, you know, he really needs to take his.
Yeah, it sounded like something was going on with her connection.
I think she got a call or something.
Maybe.
But yeah, so it's interesting that you're saying you're developing these players, not just from little league, really have a career in baseball, because this is something that was important to Black people back in the day. Like we had our own Negro League. Yes. And I feel that sometimes Black people mentally don't think baseball and Black people, I think they don't think that, but it's like we got so many great players from back in the day, and this was a big part of our heritage and history, and I feel like that's lost. So I really appreciate you trying to bring that back to Akron.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. It's from July to now, the past 5 months, it really started taking off more so after my summer camp I had in August, because I had Channel 5 actually reached out, and Channel 5 News, so they came and then they shot it, and then after that, September was a pretty good month. Got invited to the HBCU Black College they had during Labor Day weekend in Canton, and then invited to with Tequila and Tacos Fest when they had Rick Ross, T.I., 2 Chainz came, and then the Neo concert when he came to the Blossom for his Champagne tour in
Mhm.
September. So a lot of stuff has been opening up and networking. And then from there, um, October, Fox 8 came, and which was crazy.
Mm.
Um, my son plays football and baseball. He's 10. And I started off with my son with baseball, and I was his coach in first grade. He's in the fifth grade now. I really wasn't too well. He said I was hard on him. I don't think I was, but um, he stopped playing and he stuck with football. But then now this year he wants to play baseball again because everybody was telling me, "Oh, he'll come back to baseball." I said, "I will see." So I've told myself I wanted just to be that parent, just as a parent, not a coach. But he came to me and said, "Hey, Dad, I want you to be my coach." And we were at South Rangers football practice. My son was integrated with them, and Fox 8 came down, and the camera woman, she
Uh-huh.
recognized from Channel 5 and said, "Aren't you that Akron baseball?" I said, "The Akron Baseball Project Incorporated," because my name is so long. She just said it
Yeah.
had, and I was like,
Akron
Yeah.
College Baseball.
and, and the thing was, it was like the last hot day we had of the year. It was like the first week of October. It was like 85 that day. It was like the first week of October. And
Mm.
I was just in the bleachers. I had my sunglasses on. I was just a parent. And what Kevin Freeman was like, "Well, can we get an interview?" I said, "Sure." And what's
Yeah.
crazy, I had on a Negro Leagues baseball hat and jersey. So
Okay.
it's just so crazy. I had on
Yeah.
my apparel just
Right.
Mhm.
on that day. But long story short, it's just that overall, I want to build the boys and girls because I also got in contact with a new hire at Firestone High School. She is the assistant varsity softball coach. She's got hired this
Mm.
month well too, and we linked, and she wants to be a part of the Akron Baseball Project as well. So that's going
Wow.
to draw in the softball girls as well. So
Mhm.
the goal is to make this more than just a recreation. I want
Right.
kids because with baseball, you have to keep up your grades. To get scholarships, etc., you have to have at least a 2.0.
Absolutely.
A two
You
point,
can't,
yeah, it's like a
yeah, at least. And with other sports like football, it's like a 1.5. They'll get you in with a scholarship. You
yeah.
Mhm.
can't do that with baseball. You have to be almost a
Okay.
3.0, great
Yeah.
citizenship. You have to
Mm.
ace everything to even get
Yeah.
across with a 2.8.
Mm-hmm.
So I was fortunate, and I just want to get back to my community. And even if there's 50 players, even if two decide to be professionals and take it to the next level, I'm
Yeah.
happy with that. That's what
I
it's
mean,
about.
as long as you at least get into one, like
Mhm.
that's more than before.
Yes.
Um, how long were you? How long were you in the? We have a couple commonalities because, of course, I went to the University of Akron, but then my sister she went to Virginia Commonwealth University out in Richmond.
Okay.
So I used to go to Richmond a whole lot. Like, how long were you in that area?
Richmond, I was there from, gosh, 2016 to 17.
Okay, so like a year.
Yeah, a
Okay.
season, literally.
Oh, gotcha.
And then I tore my knee at
Gotcha.
the end of 17 around this time, and then we moved back before New Year's, before 2018. So
Okay,
we've been
gotcha.
back here for 5 years, 6 years. Hmm.
Okay, and then actually a couple things. I want to kind of throw a comment in there that we got here on the site from Pierre Alati Jr. Thank you, first of all, for paying attention to us and watching and throwing a comment in there. And he just said that
Thank you,
baseball
Pierre.
or football and basketball are, most all the black community knows. So it's great to see Donny pushing it and keeping it working or
Thank you,
keeping it.
Yeah.
bro. I appreciate you, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
I
got
And then
some
wanted to
people. Some people
give me a
looking
moment
on
because
there.
Tiffany's got to actually
Yeah,
pop out.
Tiffany
Sorry,
said
Tiff.
she gotta go. So bye, Tiff.
um
Nice meeting
yeah,
you.
I
I
have to
thought you
get
was
ready to
Leo.
go.
Sorry.
I have to get ready to go, but yes, I also want to get some information from you because see, I have parents that stay in Akron, so we
Yes.
be in Akron a lot. So whenever you start the baseball or anything else that you do, I definitely want to get my son in there. I'm gonna make it happen. I don't care how much it costs because
Well,
I just want.
I actually have a winter clinic coming up in February
Oh, okay.
on the
Well,
24th.
you
I'm
give
sorry.
James the info.
Yes, I will. Yes.
Okay. Thank
Okay.
you. Thank you.
Thank
Well,
you.
I appreciate you coming on the show with us, and this is just for me. I
Yeah.
appreciate you coming on the show with us, and hopefully we'll run into each other again, and you
Yes.
continue doing what you're doing and thriving for these children out here because we need more people like you. I kid you not, especially in the city of Akron, Ohio.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You are so very welcome.
Love you,
Bye,
Tiff.
everybody.
Have a
Love you
good one.
too.
Look,
Bye,
Tiffany did
Tiff.
her 2 hours. She said, I got to go. I got to hit this
I
button.
gotta go.
Bye.
All
We
right.
got another comment from Pierre saying, "No problem. First time watching. I'm a coach myself, so thank you for watching.
Thank you
I'm
so
Okay.
much
glad
for
That's what's
we
up,
watching. We
getting
bro.
really,
some of
really
the
appreciate
coaches
you.
on here.
Yes.
I wanted to talk to you about just about like baseball and t-ball.
Yeah.
My mom and dad ran a lot of the teams back in the 90s. They did t-ball, they did baseball, and my sister was one of the first girls ever on the Pee-wee boys team. They didn't even know she was a girl because she had her little hat on and
Right,
she was,
with the
she was
ponytail.
sliding and stuff. And it was one of them moments she took her hat off and they're like, oh man, she is a girl, I got a trophy case full of t-ball. I mean, the little dude and and stuff like that. So that was a big part of my family growing up. My mom, my dad, my sisters, they all played that. By the time I came along, it wasn't a thing anymore. So I really like that you're bringing that back. I feel like it's something that's super disciplined, it's super family oriented, and it's keeping these kids off the streets. The kids in Akron right now are so lost. And we just, we need men like yourself to show them the way, to show them that, it's not all about gang banging and selling whatever for $1 when you could really work at something. And like you said, you're going to be keeping your grades up. You're going to be doing something athletic. You're going to be doing something outside the box because everybody is working to be a football player or basketball, but baseball is the highest paid athletes. So, I think that that's real important that you're bringing that to our community.
Absolutely.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah. And I mean, I can definitely speak, just from the standpoint of being a parent of a kid who plays baseball, like that was something that, and my son was never a bad kid, but on the same token, like he kind of was all over the place. He had ADHD because he's kind of grown out of it now. He could be in a senior, but when he was younger, like he was active and he was all over the place. He was doing this, doing that. So like I got him, my ex-wife and I, we got him involved in really some of everything that we could get him in to try to build the discipline. And like he did karate and he excelled at that. And I mean, that helped tremendously. But then baseball, I'll even say, I think Little League was cool for him, but on the same token, like he wasn't really that much into it until we moved down south. And it was like, well, this is what it is down here, is baseball. So he got into baseball kind of reluctantly because he kind of didn't want to do it, but then he turned around and was good. Like he was outfield for a minute. And really like the last few years that he's played, he's been first baseman.
Those were my positions growing up. Outfield.
Yeah. So he's really, really good at it. And I think that it was something that just really shaped him and gave him, that discipline and just made him want to do something. So, I mean, he's always active and doing all kinds of stuff, whether it's baseball, he's played basketball, he's played football, swimming, karate.
Dang, he did almost every sport.
he did some of everything. And it's obviously we all got bills and, but it's a lot easier than what a lot of us think it is to really get our kids involved in some of this stuff.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier than what we really make it, sometimes. So I'm grateful for what, baseball gave to him. And I think it's cool that you're bringing that to the community because we definitely need more of us that are coaching like baseball to make it more realistic to our kids.
And what I also was very keen on was making it Black owned.
Yeah.
That was very important to me, not a figurehead. A lot of people in our community don't know the difference. They think since you're the face, but that's like a franchise. You're a franchise, but you still happen to report to someone higher than you. And with my organization, it's not funded by the government. It's nonprofit, so everything is donations out of
Mhm.
pocket.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to get caught up in that circle where someone thinks that they own my company,
Absolutely.
where they may own 5%, but that 5% is crucial because then they like, if you don't have that 5%, then what, you can't do this or that. So
Right.
everything is like, it's black owned, and we need to get back to the black dollar, like how we used to
Hmm.
be. And I know it's 23, about to be 24, 21st century, but we had the black dollar before. We had Black Wall Street. We had our own businesses and our own communities. And,
And
I
it's
know
power behind that spending. It's really
it
power.
is.
People don't think about that. Like, think about the boycotts back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
But we can't even boycott as soon as a company do something. People, I can't go without my Starbucks, or I can't do this. We have people boycotting the bus. They couldn't even get to where they need to go.
Yeah.
Like, we got to come together and start making some sacrifices. So I definitely appreciate what you're doing. How can we support you? Do you have somewhere that our followers can donate money, or can we share? What can we do to help you?
I have my winter camp coming up, which is on the 24th of February, 2024 at the AB Academy. That's Wedgwood Drive in Akron, Ohio. Per player, it's $40 per player. Right now, registration is going to be through registration is your name and the player's name, boy or girl, ages 5 through 15, and it's Cash App. Now, if you're doing two players, it's 2 for 60, so you'll be saving $20 on a second player if it's from the same home.
So are people able to donate to your Cash App that don't have players? Like, say I just want to donate some money.
Yes.
Would it be the same place?
Yes. And that will be Home Run, HOMERUN 32.
Home Run 32. Okay,
Yeah.
we're gonna post that on
'Cause
our
I'll
page.
donate. I mean,
Um,
obviously I'm in Cleveland, so I don't have no kids down there, but I would donate though because I think
Thank you.
yeah,
I
but
appreciate it.
definitely we could post your Cash App and tell the people that what you're doing, because I know a lot of times people like to do like they'll sponsor a player. They'll say, hey, here's $40 for somebody that want to play,
Yes.
but can't afford it. So definitely I'll be talking to, I know my dad probably gonna want to sponsor somebody, because I told you when I told him I was having you on there, he said, was he just on Channel 5? And my dad lives in Cleveland. I said, yeah. He said, oh man, I heard about that guy. I need to talk to him. I need to tell him about we used to have fish fries back in the day. And we used to be selling cookies and selling this to get everybody the uniforms and stuff. So I know some people that will want to support you. Definitely.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And like I said before, the kids, boys and girls, they'll be getting the best experience because I have collegiate players and ex players, and so their money is going to be going to a great cause. It's not, yes.
So we'll definitely be posting your Cash App, and I'll
Yes.
be talking to my people and telling them like, hey, Dad, you said these kids bringing baseball was important to you. Put your wallet behind it. Put your money behind it.
Yes.
So yeah, definitely. So I'm just so excited that you reached out to us, and I didn't know we had all these connections. Firestone and Miss Super was my kindergarten teacher. Before she was the principal, she was my teacher.
Well, it was funny because I went to Emmanuel from 2003 to 2004, back at the House of the Lord.
That's where I started. I was the first class. So I was the first, like when they first was making the school, and they was asking the church members, bring your kids up here.
Wow.
I was the first class, and Miss Suber was my kindergarten teacher. So whenever she see me, she's like, this is my first baby. You know how she'd be proud of all her ex-students. So yeah, I'm glad that we got a lot of, we're gonna have to talk more because we got a lot of mutual people and business involved. And I know that we can definitely here at Transcending the Culture, we definitely like to support all our guests. So whatever you need us to do, if you have anything that you want publicized, or you have an event coming up, shoot it our way and we'll post it for you. Make sure, you get some more exposure.
Thank you, guys. I really appreciate you guys for having me on your show this evening.
Is there anything you want anybody else to know, or something you want people to know about the business, or just anything you want people to know about just even your connection with baseball?
Well, I pretty much touched every base, from little league to college, a little minor, and now CEO. So I feel
okay.
So I would say one thing: never give up on your dreams. Even if something tragic happens, I know in that moment it may seem like, hey, the show is over, but I look at it as this is my second act.
That right there is a word. And that really speaks to me because I have a degree in journalism.
Okay.
And I end up having a child with special needs. So that kind of put everything I was trying to do on the back burner because I'm worried about, taking care of this child. And so now that, I kind of got my child set up, she's at Firestone, she's in the 10th grade. I'm almost across that finish line, with her. And so, my cousin come to me with this opportunity for this show. I feel like this is like my second chance. So I'm definitely there with you. So I appreciate you giving us a little word. And we're going to be posting your information. So all our transcenders and our listeners, you will be having a way to donate to this amazing cause. So thank you for reaching out to us. I know we definitely appreciate having you on here.
I appreciate you guys for having me on here.
And my dad already think you a superstar. He already know your name in Cleveland. He was like, he was just I seen him on the news. I'm like, dang, Dad, you really plugged in. So
we'll tell him I appreciate
definitely ringing bells. So
we'll tell him I appreciate him. Thank you.
And I just want to say, once again, I want to say thank you for watching us. Like, I don't know how you found us or, how you ended up reaching out to Kat. Like this platform, I mean, I've been doing media for 22 years. So, I mean, I've had enough.
Making me feel young, man. I appreciate that, man. I was 10 years old when you started media. I appreciate it.
Listen, man, I've been doing this for a minute, and I publish a digital magazine, and I have a podcasting network. I'm launching a radio station. Actually, it's to go live on the 1st.
Okay. And next week. Congrats.
Yeah, and I got a lot going on, but I've been in this stage, honestly, much of the time that I've been doing media, where I've really just wanted to build my own media company. I don't want to do it like, we all have those dreams and those aspirations of working for different places. And, my thing was BET. So, I was blessed enough to get, a couple of opportunities to do some stuff with BET and cover the BET Awards and Soul Train Awards and that sort of stuff. But kind of along the way, you kind of start to see the business for what it's worth and, where you really are restricted when you're working for somebody else. Mm-hmm. And I want to be able to really control my own narrative. And I don't want to
black owned.
Yes,
I wouldn't cover the housewives, but I don't really care about the stuff that they really got going on in the show. Like I want to talk about something else that's really helping our community.
Positivity.
So,
that's what we like to bring on this show.
Yeah. So the beauty is I've been able to connect with all of the people who I wanted to connect with, and I talk to them about stuff that's really something with the community and something with life and something that our people could relate to. And like, I don't really care about all the other stuff. So I'm kind of that different person in the media that doesn't really want to do all of the crazy stuff and the stuff that I guess that's really going to get you the followers and hits and all of that stuff. So I've been just building my own. So to have this platform, it's growing tremendously. And then for you, to obviously catch on to it and to be watching us, it says a lot. And anybody that I work with any platforms, I don't want to be the only person that people reach out to. I run the show and nobody else has any say so or does anything. So I think it's amazing that you reached out to Kat and said, hey, can we come on? And then she pushed it to me. Or Summer Hall, who just won city council in Akron. She reached out to Tiffany and Tiffany brought it to us. And, we kind of vote on it collectively and say, okay, well, let's bring this person on or whatever. But I think it's cool because we all have some power. It ain't just me, it ain't just her, it ain't just Tiffany, it's all us. And when we get people on here, they want to stick around and they want to stay on. So that's how we ended up going over with our first guest. Our first guest, I've been working with him really for a decade. So it's every time we connect and we talk, we don't know when to shut up. So and I definitely don't. So when I saw you pop on, I'm like, oh shit, he on here. And I'm like, we're not even in this yet. And then when I saw you pop out, I'm like, shit, he gone. Then you pop back.
He done left.
I swear I spent probably 10 minutes trying to figure out how can I send him a message, but everybody else don't see the message. because I'm still learning a lot of these platforms myself. So
Right,
I'm like,
makes sense.
I'm like,
Yeah,
if
that's
I
why
say-
I had messaged him on Facebook. Like, you got the link. You know, you're gonna be on there. Just checking, just making sure.
the
'cause,
stupid shit
we
is, I'm
didn't
like,
want to lose you.
right. Well, the stupid shit is, I'm like, well, damn, you got his cell phone number, just text him. I'm like, I don't know, man.
And that's
But-
when you said a few moments. I was like, yeah.
Yeah, but
I said, I'm
I'm
still
like,
here. I said, okay.
yeah, but I appreciate you so much because I know it's late. Listen, we only supposed to be doing an hour show.
Yeah.
And
It
we
don't
do
never
2
be
hours
no
every
hour.
week.
Oh, we done. Y'all doubled it. Okay.
We do
Yeah,
two,
you know, we
2
have to
hours,
double
2.5
it.
hours every week,
Right.
man. Like Tiffany probably got off to go to sleep because like this her bedtime. She get up super early, so
Okay.
she just ain't say so. But she probably got off to go to sleep, and it's cool because we ain't supposed to be on this late. But that's how much we love it too. Like
Yeah.
everything media is like my passion. So like I left my job to just do all of this.
Yeah.
So
And that's
it's
what I'm
like,
trying to get to as
and
well.
I get that what you're doing is passion. And that's
Yes.
why it's so successful and why it's doing so well, because it's what's in your heart and it's what you want to do. So
Because I tried as well too, like after baseball, to stick my hat in different jobs, and my heart just wasn't there. It just wasn't there because baseball been me since I've been 4. I gotta do something with it, even if it's not a player, a coach, a CEO, both, something. It has to baseball. This is who I am.
Yeah. I just, I tried to hang on to something at least part time, and I'm like, I had gone back to, because I had worked for Amazon a little bit, and I went back to Amazon, and when I tell you I was like miserable from the first day to, I think I stayed, I think the second time I lasted maybe 4 months, and one night I was
out of here.
one night I was just like, listen, I can't take it. Here go the badge. Like I'm out.
Right, I feel you.
I was just like, I'm out. Then I went home and I'm like, oh shit, damn, I just quit. But it's like, man, like I'm not super religious, but it's a God, and I'm very cognizant of like when God steps in and when stuff is happening, and I know when it's God, and like it's coming together. But
when you got that feeling like this is what I'm meant to do, this is what I'm supposed to be doing, that's when you know you on the right track. And I think we're all kind of lucky that we're doing that right now. We're putting in the work, we're investing our time, our money, everything into this. So it's nice to meet someone who's doing that in a different realm. You're doing that through baseball,
Like
so.
know that what you're doing inspires like the people like us who are like really pushing to pursue our passion and do the stuff that we love, because that's what you do. We need to see that, and people in our communities need to see that. So like know that you really are inspiring like a world of people who are not getting it from nowhere else.
Thank you guys. I appreciate that.
Absolutely, man. Any kind of final comments or anything?
Once again, thank you guys for having me.
Absolutely. And anytime you want to come on, like don't feel like because you just told us everything, like you ain't got to come on no more.
Okay.
Everybody that comes on here, I call them family. So like all you gotta do is
welcome back.
Like you can come through the back door and just send us a DM and say I want to come on. Like you ain't gotta reach out to our people or nothing like that. Like, you in already. So you can send us a text message like I need to come on tonight, and we'll figure it out and get you on. So we appreciate you, man.
Thank you guys. I appreciate you guys.
Website, social media, because I kind of I do a lot of digging when I have somebody coming on. So I know you hadn't given me your Instagram, and I found it and tagged it and all that. But
so the business website is the Akron Baseball Project Incorporated.com. And then my business email is Donny, DONNY, Brooks, BROOKS 110 @gmail.com.
Okay,
and then
so people can email you if they have questions and that sort of thing.
And then also, I gave you guys the business cash app, the Home Run 32. And gave you that. And that's it.
Okay. All right. Anything else, Kat?
No, just thank you for reaching out to me. That was so cool. Like I was getting off the podcast and I looked, I said, wait a minute, what is this? I sent James a message anyway. I said, we got somebody we got to have on next week. we
I
got
appreciate
we
it.
got we got to have them on. So I
Now
appreciate
you,
you for reaching out, and that just kind of just affirms with me that I'm doing what I'm meant to be doing, because I love to help people in my community, especially
Thank,
Black people in Akron. I want us to excel and succeed and help each other. So thank you for reaching out, and
thank
you were an
you.
awesome guest on our show, and I
I
can't
appreciate
wait to see what else you have in store. I know this is
it.
just the beginning for you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I gotta learn to quit cutting the queen off. That's why she just kept on talking. I'm like, let me shut up and let her finish talking. But one question for you: you
Yes.
have older kids too now, right? Like teenagers and that sort of thing.
My own children?
No, I mean as far as like players,
Oh,
baseball.
yes. I'm actually going, so I have ages 5 through 15, boys and girls.
Okay.
And I'm also going to see about getting some of my Firestone players to come out and volunteer from the high school.
Okay. So
Um,
I was gonna maybe suggest, and I mean it's not anything that we have to do immediately, but if you ever maybe there's an idea of, like if you kind of have not necessarily the superstar player, but if you have somebody that you want to highlight or spotlight or that type of thing, we can bring them on the podcast or whatever, because that'll
okay.
be something exciting for them
Yes.
and for somebody else to learn about this kid that's playing baseball and that's really good, and that'll be something kind of cool to something cool and exciting for them.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah, I'll
so
definitely keep that in mind. Yeah,
yeah,
I will
just a thought.
definitely. Yes.
Okay, but thank you so much, man.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate you.
All right, you have a good night, man.
You as well. Bye-bye.
Yes, sir.
Bye.
Listen, when I tell you we did it today.
We did it. We did it, Joe.
Listen, everybody that's still with us, God, thank y'all for sticking on with us.
Mhm.
Listen, I think this is probably the longest we have gone now. We're like 2 hours and 24 minutes in.
It was a long show, but it was a good show.
Absolutely.
I really enjoyed everything both of our guests had to say. They both had so much knowledge, especially in their respective crafts.
Yeah.
So I really appreciate it. I love what Donny had to say.
Absolutely.
I'm a big supporter of Black owned businesses in Akron. And coming from, like I said, talking to my dad and hearing all his stories of the glory days and him coaching and stuff like that, it just I know how much that meant to him and my family. So I'm just glad that Donny's bringing that back.
And you grew up seeing like the importance of the Black business because your mom was always doing something.
My mom was always in something, and I'll tell you where I grew up on the West Side, before things kind of went awry, it was so many Black owned businesses. My sister took dance class from Miss Pam Fubler, who was a Black owned business woman who had her own building where she taught dance class. Across the street, hair shop. Across the street, Black owned grocery store. And I saw these businesses, and I saw my mom and dad being coaches, and all these Black people when I was younger just doing all these great things. And then I don't know what happened, but it just seemed like it was, I just know there were attacks on our community, as far as poverty and different things. And I just wanted to get back to that. When I was younger, Akron, especially the West Side, was such a golden era. It was just like, I felt safe. I felt, like pushed within the arts and within sports. Like I knew it was something I could do. My mom and my dad had us in stuff all the time. So it's definitely just great to see that the people my age are like, dang, I wish that we had this. I wish now we're at the age where it's like, dang, ain't nobody gonna do it. We got to do it. We gotta be those role models and things. So thank you for Donny for reaching out and coming on the show. That's really cool. And that just makes me, like I said, makes me feel like I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, because I not only I love journalism, I love media, but I also love to give back to my community, and I love to highlight other people doing that too. And that's something that's important to me. So thank you. Shout out to Donny for watching the show and messaging me. That really was just like I got something going on. I'm bringing something to the table too. I'm not just on the show, not doing nothing. I don't know. It was something about that really touched me and really got me like, okay, what's next? But one thing I did want to talk about is what they don't know is we had our photo shoot.
Oh my God! Listen. I'm gonna let you go ahead because Like,
Listen,
I'm so
y'all.
shoot.
Y'all
Look,
get ready
I'm
for
gonna let you go ahead, and then I started talking to you. But
some hot fire coming y'all way. It's been some little previews. You know, y'all might have been seeing us some photos we took, but please be looking out for our cover.
yes, the cover is done. The cover is done. We got a cover coming for UT Digital Mag special issue. So that's going to be mid-January that's going to come out. We actually have an issue coming out at the top of the year with Sugar T. That is legendary rapper. She was in the group The Click with E40 and Be Legit. And
coming out the Bay Area, huh?
Yeah, coming out the Bay Area, and like 4 of them. And like, when I tell you, like, they had this game, like, self-promotion, like they blew through the roof on their own. Like, they wasn't even with a major. I mean, it was like, if you really think of what Master P did with No Limit, and it's like no shade to Master P, because like Master P killed the fuck out of the game. But the Click did that shit too. They did it first. And like, I think it's amazing what they've done, and that they've, obviously kept it going. But Sugar T, she's on the cover of UG Digital Mag, so that's going to come out at the top of the year. And she's talking about ageism, which is a big thing, in the hip hop industry, especially for women. Once they become a certain age, it's like, okay, well, you're not supposed to be able to do this. You're not supposed to be able to do that. And I mean, it has gone all throughout the industry, but it's harder for women though. So she's definitely talking about that, and she's doing a lot of things to really get rid of that. And it's good, definitely for the 50th anniversary of hip hop. So
yeah, so you guys be looking out for that. We got so much coming in this new year. Like, I'm so excited for 2024. Y'all understand, we got a lot in store for you guys.
Listen, it's so much going on. We are grateful to you, to the viewers, to the listeners, to those who are catching us on Spotify and on the streaming networks. And I'm gonna keep it gangster with you. I have not uploaded probably the last 4 to 5 episodes, because I've really been kind of playing around with it in my mind, just because of how we host the show. And sometimes I question whether people will be able to follow along with all of it just by listening to the audio. So that's why I haven't uploaded some of the episodes. But I think I'm going to go ahead and just upload the rest of them, so that everything is on the streaming networks, and then I'll just let people decide for themselves, if they want to listen to it there or not. But I mean, everybody knows they can catch us here on YouTube. They can catch us on our website, transcendingculture.com. Obviously, they can catch our social media. We are going on TikTok very soon. Well, we actually all are on TikTok. I'm getting familiarized with it. Obviously, to go live, you got to have so many followers, and our accounts are still new. So we are building our followers. I am past the halfway point. So pretty soon
you better than me, because I ain't there yet. But
and trust me, when we go live on TikTok, this is absolutely going to be calculated. Like, we're not doing no craziness. Everything is going to be in jail and in line with our brand that we have right now. It's all about branding and really building ourselves. But we are going to be on TikTok, which is really going to open the door for us to do a lot more live, and we're going to do different events. We're going to be covering Jodeci on the 12th of January. They are in the Akron area. We're going to be covering Darren Fleet, who's in the Columbus area, on the 14th, I believe. Kat and I are going to go down there. All things going well, I think Kat and I are going to be going down there, and we're going to be with the boy Jimmy.
My favorite cousin Jimmy.
Get them kids out of my bed, Jimmy, because I ain't playing. I want that bed with that dip in it. I
want that bed, and I want my breakfast.
That part right there. And why I want some Taco Bell, since we had Taco Bell that night.
Listen, I am they call me Taco Bella. Listen, I'm the Taco Bell.
See, I can't be eating that stuff, because I need to make sure that I point out to everybody too that I'm actually down a couple more pounds after Christmas dinner, because I tore some shit up on Christmas. I am
up a couple pounds after Christmas dinner. So
listen, when I went to the trainer this morning, he was like, "I'm gonna play it back for you." He was like, "Hey, you late?" And I was like, "Yeah, I was running. I'm coming from the doctor's office." And he was like, how did your meals go for the last week? And I was like, I was good until Christmas. How did Christmas go? And like, did you log your food on Christmas? And I was like, let's talk about something. So he's like, well, let's go get your weight. And I'm like, oh, shit, you would say that. I'm like, I don't know, man. I was actually down. So it's, dope thing. But I guess because
congratulations. No, I'm just like
I guess because outside of Christmas, I
know how strict you are with your diet. James is strict with his motherfucking diet. I was over there starving, wasting away. Like, can we eat, please?
Why was I?
Is it time to eat, please?
When we was in Columbus, why was I like, yeah, let me just get, okay, I'm gonna get the taco shell and just put a little bit of chicken on there, a little bit of lettuce. No, don't put no cheese on it. No, I'm good. I don't want no cheese. Yeah, that's it. I can't have nothing else. And I turned that shit up like it was steak. Look, I ate them 2 tacos like.
That motherfucking Taco Bell was good, man. You see, I grabbed my leftovers.
Hit at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Oh my God, so funny. But yeah, I'm about to go get me something to eat now because I'm hungry.
I really ain't supposed to, but I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I ain't doing nothing crazy though because I'm down to go crack. So I can't.
So keep it cute.
Listen, I can even see. You can't listen. Why would black people lose 2 pounds? They'd be like, I can see it already.
I can see it in you. I can see it in my face already.
I can see. So for the record, I have lost more than 20, but like I can see my face is kind of slimming a little bit. Like,
yeah, I see it.
Shit.
Okay.
I'm like,
okay, James, feeling this.
I know these people are here watching like this fool.
And y'all be seeing us in all our glory, in our photos soon to be released. So be looking out for these photos.
Well, I think Tiffany to put all hers up.
I know. I'm like, dang, girl, you released the whole shoot.
Tiffany had a reel with like 16 pictures in it.
I was like, well, there goes the surprise.
I said, this baby ain't never had a photo shoot. Look at
it. Me neither. So we don't know how to act. Right. Every family member I seen on Christmas, I'm like, here, sit down. Let me show you. Hold on. Right. Knowing it's 300 pictures, right. I'm just like, this one and this one. And I like this one.
Like, y'all took really, really good pictures.
We all did. The photographer was amazing. I felt really comfortable. We got so much done during our session. I'm so excited. Yeah. And we got a mini little Christmas shoot too.
Absolutely. So we will do another one probably like in the next 2 to 3 months, like as the spring hit.
Yeah.
We'll do another photo shoot. But I think that's good because that gives us a whole lot to work with. Just as far as promoting and branding and all of that kind of stuff. And we got a whole lot of stuff coming up. Everybody stay tuned for UG Digital Radio. We are beginning a test run, hopefully on January 1st. So right now, everything is in line for us to do a test run on January 1st of UG Digital Radio. And it's just an opportunity to just kind of catch it, pull the mobile app up, listen to it, or pull the website up, listen to it, see how it sounds, kind of critique it, give us your ideas and, that sort of thing. But over the next few months, we'll actually start injecting content. And then, the goal is for us to launch the Midday Shuffle in July of 2024. So I'm still in the process of figuring out cast and all of that stuff. I do know for a fact that obviously myself and Kat are going to be a part of that. But I'm really hoping to potentially pull in definitely 2 more people, maybe a 5th or maybe a 3rd other person. So I'll kind of do some mini auditions and kind of get some ideas. And I actually talked to somebody else who works in the media world with me, and she has some ideas just as far as like some bigger names that we could get involved in the show, because we definitely kind of want to pack that punch coming in. And then I'll be working on getting us sponsors and advertisers and that sort of thing, so that once we really kick it off, like we hit full steam. So that's really about it.
That's it.
Yeah, that's really about it. I'm gonna take some pictures. I'm gonna actually be with the family down in North Carolina this coming weekend, so I'll probably have and whatnot to show. We'll get some pictures and stuff up on the next episode. of Transcending the Culture. I appreciate you guys for watching us, for listening to us, for sticking with us for all this time, because I know that some of you guys who are on here have been on here for the entire 2.5 hours. So we appreciate you guys. I swear to God, we're gonna stop having shows that's this long.
We're gonna get it together. We're gonna stop being so long-winded one of these days.
Yeah, tonight was necessary though. Like it really was necessary for us to have Durell on here. So Durell, thank you again for watching us. Thank you for coming on. Thank you for chiming in on the topics. Like I didn't expect that, but I was kind of hoping for it.
He know a lot. He was knowing what I was knowing. He like, yeah, cause such and such. I'm like, dang.
Yeah. So I thought that was really amazing. And then Donny Brooks, again, thank you so much for coming on. We are grateful to you. So all of our commenters, the Transcenders, thank you for coming in, popping in. Eric, thank you for the amazing comments. Thank you for watching us. I know you said this was your first time watching. So like we greatly appreciate you for popping in. Please tell others about the podcast. We have a variety of people on here. So, you know, you see today we had somebody community driven and sports related. And we also had somebody entertainment related. Next week, I potentially have somebody who you guys are going to think is really, really amazing, but I do not have full confirmation yet. So I cannot say anything yet, but y'all going to love it. I know y'all going to love it if he's able to get on here next week. And if he's not able to get on here next week, he will come on. It's just a matter of scheduling and timing and availability. And we also got to keep in mind, too, that it's the top of the year, so he may still be traveling for New Year's or that sort of thing. So fingers crossed, I'll be able to announce that, and that person will be confirmed. And listen, we finna blow it the fuck up. If they,
I was gonna say, I got all my fingers crossed. I got my toes crossed.
Listen, I got my toes crossed, everything, my nose hairs and all of it.
Right.
Right. So Kat, I love you. I know I kind of end every show with saying I love y'all. Like I really love y'all. I think this is really, really amazing. What am I supposed to do? It don't even look right. But okay. I love you. I love y'all. I appreciate you girls. I was getting ready to say you guys. I appreciate you ladies for what you bring to Transcending the Culture. This is not a one-man show, one-man band. This is like three of us, three individuals who are doing some amazing things. And Tiff, you supposed to be in the bed. I know him. You got off of here to go to sleep. So I don't know why you on here commenting trying to be a girl. Get your ass in the bed. Like KJ probably sitting there like, go to bed. Like, go to bed, Tiff. It's okay. She said yes. Tiffany, I love you. I love you, Tiff.
Love you, Tiff.
Thank you. I love you, love you, love you. I love everybody. I appreciate everybody. She had to go somewhere. Girl, bye. You in the bed. Stop playing with us. But yeah, I love you. I appreciate you for everything. Like everybody needs to know that Donny Brooks was you. Like you got Donny Brooks on here. And I'm gonna keep it all the way gangster with you. I had forgot to send the message. When you messaged me this morning, I was like, but that's okay. As soon as I messaged him, he was like, yeah, I'm ready. That's good. So I'm like, that's perfect. I appreciate it. It was so much going on between last week and then Christmas was Monday.
It was the holidays and everything. So, but you know, he really wanted to be on the show and he wanted to be on.
So I saw it pop up. And then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna send him that message, and that was gone. So yeah.
So I mean, it was cool, and he said he wanted to get on this week, and he, you know, so he kind of knew it was gonna be a like kind of not a rush job, but you know, this was kind of, you know, he wanted to be on quick, so we had to make it a little quick mission. So
yeah, but it's cool though. I think everything turned out great today, production wise, and just you know, software, and like everything went very smoothly. And I think that we just getting better as a unit. So like, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. And yeah, continue to follow us. Listen, I am working on my branding. I'm working on getting all of my social media to one name. Now it's gonna be hard with Twitter because I can't have a name that long. And I think, did you tell me a way that I can do that?
It's a way. Yeah, it is a way to make it.
I'm gonna need you to research that for me.
Yeah.
But,
okay. I got you. You know, I got all the social media hacks. So
I'm gonna need you to research that for me because everything I got is getting ready to be authentically James. I actually changed my TikTok today, so that's authentically James now. And I can't change the X just yet, but
just yet.
Everything else I have is getting ready to be authentically James. So yeah, we're getting ready to do across the board. So that's it. I don't really have no final comments. Just thank you to everybody. Sending love. What you got?
That's it. I ain't got nothing left for y'all. Y'all took it all from me tonight. I'm tired.
I mean, that was real funky, Kim.
Oh, thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody. Since Tiffany ain't here, I'm a still. Right. But yeah, thanks to everybody. Let's see. Tiff has something she wanted to say. Let's see. I like to thank my BFF Lizzie, Farrakha, Miss Sandra, and Khadijah for supporting us in the pie contest. Thank you. So those were our winners for Tiffany's pie contest. And she's going to be doing some more giveaways. So please, you guys, keep in mind, keep looking at our Transcending page, keep watching the show. She's going to be doing a lot more giveaways, and you don't want to miss out because everybody that entered in a contest the last contest she had, they all won their pie. So you don't know. You might think you a loser and you really a winner. So, but thank you to my cousins. Thank you to James and thank you to Tiff. Thank you for everybody watching, everybody that comment. And yeah, that's it.
And please share us with everybody that you know. Share us with your people.
Yeah.
Obviously subscribe, click the notification bell, like, comment, and just share us. Please share us so that more people will tune into us. We have amassed close to 600 followers. So we are growing organically. We are organically growing. That's the word I was looking for. We are organically.
Tiff said the next giveaway will not be a pie. So
it's not going to be a pie. Keep watching. Tiff and I was talking yesterday, and we're going to do some things. We're going to have actually quite a few giveaways that we're going to be doing here on the podcast. Just as a thank you. Also to get some more people in here, but also as a thank you. But please continue to follow us, stick with us. We signing out of here. We appreciate you guys.